series, right? I mean, think about what we've had. It was literally the Warriors and the Cavs against each other for 4 years in a row. It's been the same cast of characters and teams, and every season started with, it's going to be one of these 2 or 3 teams. We're going to win it all, right? That was always the joke. Season doesn't start till December. Season doesn't start till Christmas. So-and-so and so-and-so are going to be in the finals, or it'll be one of these two against this one. I don't think you can do that this year. I mean, there's slight favorites, don't get me wrong. But there is, it's wide open. It could be one of, there's probably 7, 8, 9 teams that could legitimately win the NBA title this year. I'm not sure we've started a year where, at least when the year started, you thought that. So, all that being said, odds are it's one of those big boys at the very top, Boston, for instance. Who won it last year. So anyway, but like I said, just enough of that silly NBA talk as that season just gets going. The Jags season really is on the line, isn't it? I mean, you can't help but feel that way. The start has been more than a stumping of the toe, right? It's been a little bit more than that. Look, Doug Peterson has got to latch on to the good that he sees and try and grow it really quick. And so this is what he's telling us he's feeling about his football team going into this crucial must-win October game. That's right, against the Packers this weekend.
I do feel like the team is coming together a little bit better. And that's the thing that we have to keep coming, right? We got to keep building and build off of last week. What did we do? Focusing on what did we do well during the week? How did we attack the week as coaches and players, and how did we practice and things of that nature? And then ultimately, how did we play? And I think if we find some pieces in there that we can hang our hats on, that's what you build on.
Well, certainly we are seeing some of those pieces, and you'll hear from the coach and Trevor Lawrence about some of those developments that have been to the positive side. You hesitate to really call them developments, right? Last week was a good week. We finally we've had 2 stretches like that, it felt like. The first half against the Dolphins, and then that second half or late, second quarter through the end of the third quarter against the Patriots. Like 2 good, real consistent, solid series to series football. It really feels like those are the only 2 stretches. So, I'd hesitate to feel like we've arrived. But certainly it like as he just said, it feels like things may be coming together. And then there's this. Sure, you're 2-5, but that's only 7 of the 17 that are on the schedule.
Anything's possible. But, listen, it's a one week at a time mentality, as you know, and it's you just try to go 1-0. You just try to figure out how to win a game this week. There's a lot of ball ahead of us, and yet I think each week now becomes a little bit more important, for us as a team.
That's for sure. You're going to hear more from Doug Peterson, also from Trevor Lawrence a little bit later this hour. You know how we do you in the 6 o'clock hour here, gang. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. The storms have blown through. We're in a lull. Maybe it's time to, do an inventory check on your property, your trees. If you have any damage ever, man, they leave your property looking better than they found it. Just tidied up after they're done with the big jobs. But no job too big or too small. My friends at Custom Tree Surgeons, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. E.T., you want to do me a favor this morning? I love to send you to that Google machine.
Holla at me.
Now, when I was a kid, it was a big deal, big enough that as a 6 or 7-year-old, man, I was a psycho sports fan as a kid. I realize you look back. No wonder to sit here and do what I do. I mean, I got memories of watching and listening to sports. I'm 4, 5, 6 years old, like consistent, relevant box scores spread out in front of me at age 7. I'm a weirdo. But when O.J. Simpson ran for 2,000 yards, buddy, it was a big deal now. Think about this. O.J. Simpson ran for 2,000 with 14 games. Huh? But anyway, that set the record, and it stood for a long time. And this is where I'm not sure, so I'm gonna throw a pop quiz on my daggum self. We'll just we'll have this discovery together. 6 o'clockers, you ready? You got the list all-time rushers, or the list of? I'm sorry, 2,000 yard season rushers, NFL. Been good if I'd have told you that before I went down the tangent, huh? Probably been a little bit better flow when we have the meeting with the consultants and the big boys. The flow of the show would have been better if I'd have just told you before I went off on the tangent. I feel you. Regardless, let's move on to where we're ultimately going to get. ET will pull up that list. I do know it was such a huge deal when O.J. Simpson did it, but I believe Eric Dickerson was the first to do it after Simpson, and I believe his number still stands. I believe.
Eric Dickerson rushed for 2,105 yards, and correct, his record still stands.
Okay, 1984. So my question is, between Dickerson and O.J., all right, I think, are there two more in there, or are there three? Between
Dickerson and O.J.?
Yeah.
0.
Oh, those are the only 2,000-yard rushers?
Yeah. O.J. did it in 73. Dickerson did it in 84.
Well, what about, didn't Adrian Peterson, I thought, almost broke the record?
Oh, you mean the yards. I thought you meant players between.
No, the players who have had 2,000-yard seasons between those two. I'm sorry.
All right. Let me go ahead and let me.
Yeah. The list of 2,000-yard rushers, because I think AP did it. I want to say Chris Johnson did it. I want to say Jamal Lewis did it.
All right, that's a different order. All right, yeah.
2,000-yard seasons, like the top individual rushing seasons in NFL history.
Between OJ and let me see how many.
At the
OJ
top,
only did it once, so there's a couple that did in between them two.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, a handful. So following Dickerson was Adrian Peterson.
Yep. So he's next on the list, and he almost caught him, right? He's only like 4 behind Dickerson, wasn't he?
2,097.
So 2,097, right? So he finished 8 yards behind the all-time record. Now, didn't Chris Johnson get to 2,000?
Chris Johnson did get
C2K.
CJ2K.
Yeah. What? And how many did he get to?
2006.
Okay. And then also didn't like Jamal Lewis go for 2?
Jamal Lewis of the Ravens did do it. He did it in 2003. 2066.
I wonder what Fred thinks about Jamal Lewis's Hall of Fame credentials.
Yeah, good question.
I wonder where Jamal Lewis is on the all-time record. Obviously, I know Fred is the guy that's highest who's not in the Hall of Fame, so he's not that high. But, man, a 2,000-yard season is a little sparkle to whoever's pleading your case, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't feel like Jamal Lewis was a 2,000-yard rusher, does? Is that it?
Nah.
There's one more, huh?
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders? Oh, yeah, okay.
97.
Okay.
2053.
Okay, yeah, so he was the first after Dickerson. Yeah, it went. OJ did it, then Dickerson did it, and then Barry did it. Yeah.
And then the following person was TD, Terrell Davis.
Oh, Terrell Davis went for 2,000. Wow, yeah.
He went for 2008.
Man, sports change. Athletes get bigger, stronger, faster. Seasons get longer, but it's kind of the same thing in baseball. Remember we told you there used to the list of guys that hit 500 home runs when I was a kid. It was like eight deep, and now there's 40.
Mm-hmm. You know? And then there's one more on there who's an active player.
Another 2,000-yard rusher?
Yeah, active.
Active player, 2,000-yard rusher, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. I mean, is he still plays? He still run?
Yeah, he still plays. He still run.
Did McCaffrey get there?
No.
Okay.
You're gonna slap yourself in the back of the head.
Yeah, I'm looking at running backs now. That's not him. It's not him. It's not him. So he's playing. No, he didn't get there. I'm just going down the list here. It's going to take me a while. Oh, no.
Very relevant right now.
Very relevant right now.
Uh-huh.
Not Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Henry's already done 2,000?
2020, he rushed for 2,027 yards for the
Boy, I didn't know. I forget that.
Yeah.
2020 is a shortened season, wasn't it? What did we play?
He played 16.
And he went for how many?
2027.
Damn you, COVID, man. That's a forgettable to me.
Yeah, 2,027 yards.
Huh. Were they is that one of the years that they were a top seed and then lost in the first round? Is that one of those?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, who knows, right? Nobody knows, really. I mean,
it's total of eight guys who've done it.
Huh. All right, well, let's get back to the to the story. 8 total, and Henry already one of them. And what were we talking about after he went off again, this time against the Bucs in Monday Night Football when it comes to Derrick Henry? That's a legitimate chase at that all-time record that's held by as we just went over, is held by Eric Dickerson. Henry is having the best start of an already decorated 9-year career, averaging 125 yards a game through 7 games, on pace for 2,120. That would break Dickerson's 40-year-old record. Dickerson just told you he ran for 2105, so he beat it by 15 yards. Henry's starting to get asked about it, says he doesn't think about it much. But his quarterback is willing to weigh in. Lamar nodded his head when asked the same question. It's there, Jackson said. I feel like he has a great chance of getting there. He can do it. I believe he can do it. It's a perfect system. It's a perfect setup, man. Oddly, if you look at the kind of the big picture in the AFC, you wonder about the side of the ball that the Ravens, you've never had to wonder about the defensive side of the football. I mean, that offense, those weapons, and Lamar's passing game continues to get better anyway. That was a story we've already talked about earlier in the week. Let's get back to our Jags, go in that locker room. Got some news and notes for you as well. Up and rolling on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. One of the keys to victories is to know your opponent well.
Best thing I can do is point you in the direction of his competition.
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Frank Frangie here. There are trucks, and then there's the truck, GMC Sierra, with available features like the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. Nimnik Buick GMC has the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% APR financing. Head to Nimnik GMC today. GMC, we are professional grade.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Make your dream of living in luxury a reality in Lennar's newest 55 and up active adult community, Edenbrook at Highland Trail. Located in the heart of Green Cove Springs, Edenbrook offers world-class amenities with a dedicated activities director and homes starting in the high 300s. With rates as low as 3.99% and up to $50,000 in flex cash on our new Edenbrook homes, the time to buy is now. Call 904-643-3750 to find out more. Your life of luxury awaits in Edenbrook at Highland Trail by Lennar.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case, and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen & Sullivan.
15,000 workers, I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. Can I give you a pest of the day?
Oh.
You know what my pest is?
Holla at me.
This has gotten bad, man. This has gotten really bad. We're like headlines from like reputable, not, just like thesportspin.com, not just these rogue. I'm talking about like SI.com.
Okay.
Google, Yahoo, whatever, these mainstream. This new thing, man, this new clickbait era
bad.
where it'll say Jaguars trade superstar running back in new scenario.
Oh, man.
Like it'll say report. Jaguars trade superstar running back in new scenario. What report? Somebody said, oh, that would be a good one. Or, by the way, the previous day, Sports Nation. No, Sporting News. So SI, report, big letters. Jaguars trade superstar running back in new scenario. A day ago, Sporting News. Jaguars predicted to cut ties with former number 1 overall pick in trade to Bears. By who? And then if you click on this nonsense, you know what it says they're going to trade Trayvon Walker for? A 4th-round pick. Good golly Neds.
Ascending Trayvon Walker.
My problem is a headline. Who predicted my fanny? Who's predicting the Jaguars to trade Trayvon Walker? What report says that ETN is getting traded? It's not the report Doug Peterson gave me when asked about ETN. He's still the starter. I know I've seen him, do what Bigsby does something to that effect. So it's a good solid pest of the day this morning. Is this news? Stop it. If you put report Jaguars trade superstar running back, the rest of the sentence has to be to Cowboys for 2nd-round pick. If you have a headline, Jaguars predicted to cut ties with former number 1 overall pick as deal is in place with Bears, knock yourself out. But these, I mean, they're they're presented like a real story, like you were reading about round 3 coverage at the Masters. Just annoying. Pest of the day. There you go. I'm happy to present it today to these headlines. And listen, that's the Jaguar side. These are everywhere. The Cowboys pick up all-star in new scenario. It's even worse right now in like baseball. Blockbuster proposal lands Braves $120 million shortstop. Proposal by who? Billy Podcast? I mean, unless this proposal came from, the desk of the Braves GM or it'll bog you down. You could today Google Braves news, buddy, and you'll get 14 of these proposed, could be hypothetical deals. Yeah, so that's annoying me a little bit. I think I got that off my chest, though, so we should be good now. But and to the point, by the way, that we've gotten texts on the text line asking about some of these ridiculous headlines. I had one yesterday about Trayvon Walker. Is Trey Baalke really going to trade? No, he's not. He's not trading, and they're not trading ETN. Now, look, do we have some curiosity as we get closer to the trade deadline? I mean, if the Jaguars lose this week, could these be viable conversations? Well, yeah, maybe so, but that's not the issue here. I mean, in that case, we could go ahead and talk about the hypothetical, 12 years from now, should the Chiefs move on from Mahomes. There is no inclination down there. I don't think they're making or taking calls on the few talented guys they have. You want Roy Robertson Harris? We'll talk, man. You want ETN or Trayvon? What? And I get it with ETN right now, hurt and kind of ineffective almost for the last season, going back to last year. I remember, though. I mean, maybe everybody else forgot what I've seen Travis Etienne do here when he's healthy and they're rolling. And now the O-line's playing better. Man, again, the prospect of having those two. If you lose, you go to 2-6. I'm not in the business of letting the good players go. So they go to 2-6. I don't care. Go 3-14 and come back next year with a healthy Bigsby and a healthy ETN. Amen? It's not like we're in cap trouble. Or trade it for a third rounder who will be inactive, healthy scratch week 6. Your choice, I reckon. As to the business of beating the Packers this weekend, Trevor seems to have found his groove a little bit. Admits that it feels a whole lot better, and the opportunity for momentum, true game-to-game momentum, is only there when you're winning.
Definitely, you feel a little bit more, a little looser. I think just when you're playing better and when you're winning, especially, you feel a little bit looser, a little lighter coming into work and at practice, those things, because it's just, man, it sucks losing, and everybody feels that, and it's hard in this league when you. It's a results business, and when you're not getting the result that you want, that you're working for, it's frustrating. So I think obviously getting those wins on Sunday feels great, and coming in on Monday and then coming back to practice on Wednesday, there's a little bit more pep in your step sometimes.
That Packers defense will turn you over now. They're among the league leaders in takeaways. While there was certainly some hand-wringing, some angst over Trevor's play earlier in the year, that's subsided with what he's done of late, and now we can also focus in on some of the other things that we kind of demanded of him this offseason, right, Ian? What was number one? What was job one with Trevor Lawrence? What was the one thing we wanted to see eliminated from his game?
Take care of that ball.
Take care of the ball, right? Stop fumbling away. He lost, 7-8 fumbles or something last year?
A whole bunch of them.
Right? 0 this year. I think he's only fumbled 1, and it wasn't lost. So he commented on that, and that there was a commitment to improve and what he's done to kind of help fix that. So he's been much better there. He's trying to be a more consistent quarterback. He talked about that yesterday. He does feel like he's been playing better late, and he hadn't changed his process. We can define momentum however we want, but he feels like they have momentum right now. Now it's all about maintaining it this week.
Not just protect.
Now, then there's this. I feel like Trevor gets asked this question all the time, and he's had to shade it or, basically soft lie to us about the real answer, and that is about his offensive line and how it's played. Those stats that we've gone over, the analytics, no one's been this year, they've improved to, defenses only get to him, I think it was 3rd fastest, right? But he still gets... Even now, but that's greatly helped by the improvement the last 3 or 4 weeks. But now when you ask Trevor about his offensive line, I think he'd be more genuine in his answer in how they're playing and improving.
Not just protection, but run game too, and I think they've done a great job. So should I keep that going? Those guys, it's just testament to the work they put in, and I think everybody just gelling together. So they've done a really nice job. And just got to keep doing it. So that's for all of us. I think it's awesome to see those guys play cohesively, and then also the run game last week was cool, and those guys feed off that, and to see them really get rolling and dominating the run game was fun to watch.
And now on to a Packers defense who, as I just told you, is pretty good at taking the ball away. They're not kind of middle of the pack, a little bit better than the Jags at getting to the quarterback. I think they have 20 sacks. The Jags 16, but Green Bay has a +6 turnover margin. And keep in mind, they got a quarterback who likes to give it away. So when it comes to takeaways this year, lead the NFL. 17 of them, 17 takeaways. So just a little dive into the actual matchup this weekend from the quarterback and that defense that they'll be facing.
They play hard. They have a lot of really good players, obviously, everywhere. But just they're physical. They play fast. They fly around. And good at taking the ball away. That's definitely something, obviously, that we always emphasize, but especially this week because this team is up there, one of the highest in the league as far as forcing turnovers. So that's something that they do a great job of. They get after the quarterback. Their D-line does a really good job. Some of the pressure stuff they present on third down and different situations is really good. So there's a lot of challenges. I think every level they're really good.
Well, the Jags are certainly aware of those weapons that they have on both offense and defense and protecting the football and trying to capitalize on, again, Jordan Love's been very good, but he's more Favre than Rodgers. Like, he ain't going to have 40 touchdown, 3 interception seasons like Rodgers threw on you in his prime. No, he'll be more like Favre. He'll throw 41 and 17, 41 and 20, especially as a young quarterback. So, look, we've been terrible in the takeaway department. I mean, still at this stage, man, golly, Roy. This is just remarkable. 3 takeaways in 7 games, man. You forced 3 turnovers in 7 games. Less than 1 every 2 games. The Raiders have forced 3. The Titans have forced 3. The Jags have forced 3. And this is a shocker. Who's forced the least amount of turnovers in the league? It's the Eagles have only forced 2, but the Jaguars have only forced 3 turnovers this year. By contrast, the Packers, 17. On average, they'd be +2 against the Jaguars in a football game, on average. So you got to flip that. And the Packers, again, the other side is they've given it away 11 times. The Raiders have given it away 16. The Panthers have given it away 12. Cowboys 11. Packers 11. Niners 11. They're prone to, my point being, they are prone to giving it away at least more than a little bit. We'll circle back on. I got one more Peterson for you when we come back to kick off a football fix. First, though, college basketball rankings are starting to filter in. I don't know if the official AP poll has come out yet. I believe it has. I've looked at a few power rankings, various websites, different guys I trust, the Andy Katz of the world. CBS Sports has their top 25 and 1 out today. But this isn't for teams. I'm just curious if Todd Golden is getting any momentum out there when it comes to his reputation. Look, he's got 1 tournament appearance in 2 years. You have to win a tournament game. Don't get me wrong, but Florida will start the basketball season in the top 20. He had a couple impact recruits coming in. He's got a recruiting class. It's already 10. He's been very good in the portal. They've got guys that they hope will just transition in pretty seamlessly. So Todd Golden has the Gators position a lot better than Billy Napier has the football team. Meanwhile, back to these coaches ranking, I was just curious who, if any, would show up at the very top. It's pretty obvious who the best college basketball coach is, right? Pretty obvious. The dude just won back-to-back natties and got offered the Lakers job this summer.
UConn.
Yeah, Danny Hurley.
Yes.
Number 2, they have Bill Self. That's fine. And then we can just go down through the various. Kelvin Sampson at number 3 seems a little questionable to me, unless there are no guys left who have won national titles. But I'm not putting Kelvin Sampson in his very, very, very pedestrian postseason resume at number 3 overall among active coaches. Scott Drew at Baylor, in fact, same conferences, won a natty, so yeah, I would put him above him. Nate Oates at Bama showing up high at number 5. All right, then you got Matt Painter, Purdue, he's won a natty. Mark Few at Gonzaga still hadn't, right? Tom Izzo at number 8. Get some of these veterans. Rick Pitino, man, number 9, and Calipari at 10, all these years later. Bruce Pearl at number 11. Let's just see what we got. Man, a lot from the SEC. I saw Rick Barnes as I was scrolling down. No love, which is fine. We'll see when the basketball season going to tip off here, I believe, in the next couple of weeks. Let's come back with a football fix. Also, another comment from Doug Peterson. You are listening to The Drill on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Tampa Bay Lightning 4-2 to start the season, +6 goal differential, $1.48 favorite at Amalie Arena tonight against Minnesota, +124. The total 6 over. College football Saturday, Florida State +21 at Miami. Hurricanes 7-0, 3-0 the ACC. Seminoles have lost 6 of 7 this season and 5 of 6 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. BYU a 1.5 favorite at UCF. Thursday night of the ACC, Pitt laying 5.5 at home at Syracuse. Thursday night football in the NFL, Vikings 2.5-point favorites at the LA Rams. Sunday, Jaguars +4.5 at home against the Packers. Cash back for every bet with a G-Bank signature Visa card. vsin.com/GBank. Mike Senna, 1010XL.
This election, if you want someone who will take care of the messes, someone who isn't afraid to get dirty and work in the trenches, someone who will pump out the problems and prevent future ones, vote for the Duck.
Need your septic tank serviced? Call Duck Duck Rooter, your 5-star Google-rated septic company. Visit duckduckrooter.com.
I approve this message.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. duckduckrooter.com.
Lauren Brooks here. Now at Hodges Mazda, get 2.9% APR for 72 months on the 2024 Mazda CX-90, Mazda's largest and most luxurious SUV. Or drive home a 2023 Mazda CX-30 2.5S Preferred for as low as $26,999. This compact SUV is designed for both city driving and weekend getaways. Discover the Hodges Mazda difference with a non-commissioned sales team who are always focused on your best interests. Plus, enjoy 2 years of free maintenance. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at hodgesmazda.com. See dealer for details. Terms and fees for qualified applicants. Expires October 31st, 2024.
Chelsea here. Florida homeowners, are your windows working as hard as they should? With Renewal by Andersen, our energy-efficient custom windows and doors help keep the cool air in during those scorching months. That means lower energy bills and a more comfortable home year-round. For the month of October, Renewal by Andersen has a limited time offer. Buy 4 windows and or patio doors and get the 5th one free. Some restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for all the details. That's bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day and any time. Hicken here from my doctor, Rick Townsend. I've been going to Doc T for a long time, 20-plus years. And he's decided to take a leap into a new and exciting, more personal world of medicine. You bet I'm going with him. You need an appointment. Sometimes, when you're not feeling well, you want to get checked out. You need an appointment. Hey, you can't get in until the end of next week. Now with Doc T, he gets you in right away. You got a medical emergency? Here's Doc T's personal phone number. He'll get right back to you 7 days a week. It's like being a member of the exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. As far as physicians, Rick Townsend's the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest, treats me as if I'm a member of his family. In other words, he'd say, if you were my brother, Dan, this is what I would do. So whether it's yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, you name it, Doc T's got you covered. MyPVConcierge.com. Check out the site, MyPVConcierge.com.
Get more Garnet and Gold on the Seminole Report.
Follow the Seminole Warpath to college football glory.
Brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team. Stay close to the Seminoles with the Florida State Seminole Report on 1010XL.
Yo, what's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy E to the T, and our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. My bookie is the one book that got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, just straight up action. Does other sports books pay out when you push on a bet? My bookie pays you back. And if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Start up using promo code 1010XL, and that'll double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right from jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year, and betting game total unders has been printing money. So stack that on My Bookie Risk-Free Thursdays. That's right, there's a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, MyBookie refunds you your money. Sign up and get that double deposit bonus with MyBookie. That's the best sign-up bonus in Florida for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jacks for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASE certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
If you're about to order a floral arrangement for someone you love, then take it from me, 1010XL's JJ LaSalva. Use Kuhn Flowers. That's right, Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers gets it done right.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Shaking things up a bit. Let's see what Carlo has to say.
The biggest thing that I received out of this Awaken 180 program was that I was able to get a best friend. And when I say that, I mean the person that I look to in the mirror every morning. I would walk by the mirror and not look. Now, the Awaken 180 program has given me the ability to look in the mirror, smile, and actually enjoy and appreciate the person I am. I went from, 301 down to 213. I've lost 84 pounds with Awaken 180.
84 pounds, and Carlo did it in under 4 months. Those, my friends, are the results you'll get with Awaken 180. Do what Carlo did, I did, Mike Dempsey, and hundreds of others in Jacksonville have done. Get back to liking the person you see in the mirror and choose Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag head coach Doug Peterson feels things may be coming together for the Jags.
I do feel like the team is coming together, and that's the thing that we have to keep building and, build off of last week.
Trevor Lawrence, Jag QB1, wants to keep his play consistent going forward.
You want to be as consistent as possible, so that's something I've challenged myself with, over the past year is to do that, and I feel like I have in a lot of ways.
Former Jag and NFL.com reporter Bucky Brooks thinks the team may be ready to take off.
If you throw the records aside and you begin to look at how the team is playing, particularly how Trevor Lawrence is playing and how some of the playmakers are playing, you should be optimistic that this team is going to catch fire at some point.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, they've got quite a few guys on offense they can get the ball to, and it does make it a challenge, which group are you going to try to take away, or at least minimize. And this is something that you got to trust the scheme. This week you got to put your players in situations to, I think, understand the scheme, number one, and then try to be successful on game day.
All right, I've done a little statistical dive in the break. You're welcome. What is this song?
A Girl Like
This Girl
You.
Like You. Is it called from the Hooters? Is that who did it?
No, Smithereens.
Smithereens. All right. Similar. All right. That's what I thought it was, but I so often misspeak, right? I'll say that, and it'll end up being like, you idiot, that's Leonard Skinnard. They're from our own backyard. A pox on you. You know how we've always wondered how Vegas comes up with a spread when it comes to home field advantage? I got proof positive. You ready, E? Did a little dive here on the matchup because I knew Doug Peterson was telling us about all these weapons that the Packers have on both sides of the ball. But this is kind of interesting. The Packers score 27 a game. The Jags give up 27 a game.
Uh-oh.
The Jags score 20 a game. The Packers give up 20 a game. The 7.5-point difference in what each team is allowing and producing, and the spread is 4.5. So there you go. There's that 3-point for home field advantage. That's the challenge you have this week, though. Just don't get it twisted because we had a win over the worst team in the league, who I'll remind you got up on us 10-0. Ball behind 10-0 to this team. It's lights out. We done. Got to get off to a quick start. Got to keep that momentum going and some real solid, serious momentum while we're at it. So and they're well-rounded, man. Especially that offense. The Jags defense has been, well, it's been terrible is what it's been. They jumped up a little bit after the game against the Patriots up to 32-1-0-9-8, 28th in total defense at 376 a game. But scoring defense, I'd imagine they're worse. Scoring defense, yeah, third worst in the entire National Football League, giving up 27 a game. I mean, you got a team coming to town with all those weapons that we've referenced and truly on a roll. They hit for over 30 and beat the Texans last week. They didn't hit for over 30 and beat the Patriots. Just saying, can this team show us something, man? There's also this, E. I know this year's schedule. Pull up last year's schedule for the Jaguars. We're going to pull up last year's schedule for the Jaguars because I'm sitting here thinking, the Packers come to town this week. The Jags wins this year have been over the Patriots, who are no good, have been over the Colts, who are no good. I don't care where they stand right now or what you want to sell me. I don't know what their record was when they came here to Jacksonville, but the Colts are not a good football team. They have no chance at all of winning the Super Bowl, none. In no way considered a contender. They weren't in the playoffs last year. I don't consider the Colts as constructed a good football team. So
all right,
we got 2 wins there. We didn't beat a good football team. Last year, our last win, by the way, was against the Carolina Panthers.
December 31st.
Okay. They're not a good football team. We lost 5 of our last 6, so take me back. What was our last win before the Panthers?
Houston Texans on November 26th.
We haven't beaten a good team since November 26th of last year. We picked up 3 wins over the likes of the Panthers, the Colts, and then the Patriots last week. The Packers are 5-2 in the NFL's best division. They're a good team. How have we done against good teams here at home with a chance to really make a statement?
Ugh.
How's that gone? Last year, losses to the Texans, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals, Niners. So, yeah, I'm all for getting optimistic as we can about this game, but we got some serious now long-term patterns that are going to have to be erased. We haven't beat a good team in a year. We haven't beat a good team at home in 2 years. Who's the best team we beat at home last year? We had 2 wins.
Hold on, I'm looking through it.
I don't know.
right
We beat
now.
the Panthers. There's one. We beat the Colts.
Buffalo.
No, in London.
Oh, dang.
In London. So, yeah. I mean, this is all great. And I'm glad we played a good couple quarters of football. And if that is extended, they're certainly capable. But we ain't beat a good team since we beat the Chargers in the playoffs. Not in our joint. All right, we'll sprinkle in a little football news later with a football fix. Hicken Arrival, more come your way next on a Thursday. We got Doc Murphy today, so we will kick it around with him. The Riley Report will take us through an interesting weekend in college football. We'll hit on some of the key matchups there. All that and more when we return on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Sideline to sideline.
That's a bad boy.
Goal line to goal line.
On best, here we go.
The best defense is a superior fence. Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more. All at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida, and don't let the state decide your fate.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I just cannot say enough good things about my friends at Pella Windows and Doors. They have the highest quality products, the strongest limited warranties in the industry, and they just flat out look amazing. But don't just take my word for it. Consumer Reports still has Pella rated #1 in all 3 major window categories, so why not go with the best? Call them today or visit the Pella showroom, and be sure to ask about the latest hurricane and impact-resistant windows. That's Pella Windows and Doors on Phillips Highway, and tell them Mike sent you.
Hey, looking for ways to give back this October? GolfTeaRepair.com and 2 Tip Mice Vodka have teamed up to make every swing and sip count. Together, they're hitting breast cancer hard with a special campaign. If you don't know 2 Tip Mice Vodka, you should. They're locally owned and distributed right here in Jacksonville. And they donate $2 for every bottle sold to the 2 Tip Mice Foundation that financially supports patients undergoing breast cancer treatment. GolfTeaRepair.com this month is donating 50% of every sale to the 2 Tip Mice Foundation as well. Use Swing and Sip for an additional 25% off your order when you go to Golf Tea Repair, and check out all those wonderful shirts to help the cause, support, and rock your gear with purpose. Swing and Sip on the promo code for 25% off at checkout at GolfTeaRepair.com. Together, let's tee up for a change. Swing, sip, and support Golf Tea Repair.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles, from complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
The Jaguars are back at Everbank Stadium to go head-to-head with the Green Bay Packers for our crucial catch game. Join us October 27th as we fight cancer through early detection, risk reduction, and awareness all game long. Lock in your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you there.
Hey,
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Go with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Got a cracked windshield? Not only is it dangerous, but did you know it's also illegal? Call Baker Glass. Mack and his crew use the best auto glass in the market, and they accept most insurance. Plus, all new windshields come with a full warranty. From cars, to trucks, to RVs, you can count on Baker Glass to be fast and friendly. Just check out their Google reviews. Come see us at the shop on Casta Avenue, or we can come to you at your home or business.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Advanced Business Solutions. FSU head coach Mike Norvell knows the rivalry game with Miami will be emotional. However, he's looking for the Noles to be disciplined.
Kind of like where we are through the week because it's going to be, very intense and emotional come Saturday night. So we got to make sure we can handle ourselves with discipline and focus, when we get to that.
University of Miami head coach Mario Cristobal is well aware of the intensity of the rivalry with FSU.
There's everything you want in a rivalry, right? The fan bases hate each other. They absolutely want to kill each other, but there's also the respect of these are 2 storied programs.
Florida head coach Billy Napier appreciates the timing of the bye week.
The open date will provide opportunities for us to work with some of those players that are going to be critical pieces.
That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 6:59 and it's 61 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Thursday, Jacksonville, Florida. Little bit cooler outside. Little bit cooler. The oven is off. The oven is off, baby.
Where have you been? That's
good time.
It slipped by me because of these little insignificant things like the NFL, the baseball playoffs, the college football season. Big win for you and the Gators on Saturday night. But I would be remiss. I mean, I guess the T-shirt's already been purchased. I mean, we had a T-shirt moment over the weekend, but I haven't heard you say anything about it.
T-shirt moment.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't say nothing about no T-shirts.
He hasn't said nothing about that T-shirt that he won this weekend, has he? E? I'm just curious why he's not claiming it.
What T-shirt?
Huh? You got a title this weekend. What do you mean?
No.
A champion.
Canyon of Heroes today.
Yeah. Are they down there today?
They're going to have to.
Hicks WNBA New York Liberty or hoisted the trophy. I mean, where's the fanfare?
They're going to have to position the cameras a little bit.
Yeah, so they can show a person or two.
So we can see some folks.
The girls are going on a work stoppage. The ladies are after this, by the way, for their fair share.
I mean, we got all this going on, and this is what you bring.
Yeah, it slipped my mind because of all this we have going on. I mean, we're just curious if you ordered the T-shirt yet. You should have to wear it.
T-shirt.
You're a T-shirt guy. Every title you celebrate.
Yeah. That's those are natty championships.
Oh, okay. It's only college.
Yeah, it's my boys, my alma mater.
Okay, my bad. I got it wrong. So if the Mets win the World Series,
you wouldn't have a shirt.
No, I would buy swag then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. You're doing it's the right decision, by the way. I mean, no one's questioning. I'm glad it showed some growth.
It's good to be here on a Thursday as we get ready. Good to see Foy Aluakon and Dewey Wingard back on the football field. Maybe those guys can help a little bit. Getting that rotation.
Wonder about ETN
Line
and
4,
Robinson.
get ready. Line 4. 3 line. It's like hockey. You've got one shift. Next. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if they have shifts where they, in the shifting of the defense, I wonder if they, go in groups. Group B.
We had a 12-man on the field already this year, perhaps.
Perhaps.
But an important one, didn't we? Didn't we give a first in that game? Was that the Houston game? Yeah. Kept stopping him and kept being penalized. Has Darby played since then? I saw him chasing somebody the other day. They benched him eventually, didn't they?
I mean, right now, who would you rather play right now? Us both of you. Would you rather
Buster
play
Brown, 100%.
Yeah, Buster or Darby?
Yeah, have Darby there as a veteran backup insurance, but he's not been what you hoped.
Because you got Tyson Campbell back.
Right, and you got Jarian Jones developing. Buster Brown. And
Jarian Jones plays in the slot.
But he plays a lot. I mean, I don't know how he's playing. I don't see him getting
And you can have Savage where he probably should be as a safety with Cisco.
Right.
And then
you've got
shift
Darby
B
and Johnson.
Shift B, Darby goes in there, and Johnson goes in there.
Sure.
Antonio Johnson's the kid who kind of lost his gig. He started, and he's not I don't think.
Well, and at some point, the 6-game suspension will have to end, whether it's 7, 8, or 9 games in.
12,
it's the most bizarre
13.
thing. Yeah.
Where is that paper, Ed? I don't know.
Talking about Tayshaun Gibson.
Just tell him it's another week.
No longer, still not eligible to join. Apparently,
this will be 8.
I know it's be the 8th game of a 6-gamer. I've
a
never seen it. You're right. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's never.
I just assumed it was open ended and it was supposed to be 6, but I didn't know it was literally a 6-game suspension. Like you had to appeal to come off of it.
Tayshaun, did you take that stuff again?
Like during? I mean, have we popped again? Did he do something different?
I mean, what is going on?
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason to this. Yet I sit here every day and refuse to check. Maybe I should check.
Was Grayson McCall a pro prospect at one point, or he was just a good story leading a little engine that could kind of team? Grayson McCall is the quarterback. Was from Coastal, right? Coastal Carolina?
Yeah.
And put up big numbers. And remember, Coastal had a really big year. They probably went 11-1 or 10-2 one year and beat a team or two, I'm sure, along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Probably beat them like a South Carolina or an NC State or somebody.
Big kid. He's like 6'3".
But it was a big attractive target in the transfer portal. Mm-hmm. He ended up landing at NC State, and they had big thoughts about what his impact. This is his second year with NC State, isn't it, or is it his first?
I think it's his first.
All right. Well, anyway, I thought it might be a guy with some, at least a ceiling in the NFL, but retired yesterday after head injuries that he suffered, still just at the college level.
Yeah, I battled a concussion that he got advice from brain specialists.
Yeah, I battled injuries my whole career, but this is one I cannot come back from. Brain specialists, my family and I have come to the conclusion that it's in my best interest to hang the cleats up.
God bless him.
History of concussions, carted off the field.
Yeah.
He also suffered a serious head injury last year playing for Coastal Carolina. I'm wondering where he would be on any of these. What's our guy, man, friend of the program, Jordan
Jordan Love.
No, come on, man. Really?
Well, I don't know.
The NFL, the draft guy for ESPN.
Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed. See, you do know. Jordan.
I mean, like he's.
Well,
Jordan Love was a good answer, though.
No,
I thought it was a fine answer.
Well, here's why.
What's wrong with that?
Because he's in no way a friend of the program. He's never been on with us. We typically say friend of the program if somebody's joined us at least once, maybe not 100 times. Anyway, I wonder if McCall is on that list. I'm just saying this is a pretty. I mean, I'd say this when in the shadow of Tua, who they announced is coming back, and Tyreek Hill basically did a dance party down there when he got the news.
Tim Boyle goes, "Dang, Cheetah." I didn't know you hated me that much.
Yeah, he didn't. Anyway, I'll find out if he was on there.
Efforting. I got a great Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day. Yeah. You got an answer for me, E?
No, not yet, man. I'm still looking at it.
All right, so it's split, which means it's a good one. So I was thinking.
I think I got an answer.
Okay, good. You know what? I got an answer too, which I don't usually do, and it may surprise you. But anyway, if you could bring back one Jags defender in his prime to help this defense, who would you pick? I gave you 4. I gave you Tony Brackens, the all-time sacks leader.
Okay.
I gave you Rasheed Mathis, maybe the greatest defensive player in Jags history, true Jaguar through and through, unlike our other corner. I gave you the 2017 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Calais Campbell, who's still available, by the way.
No, he's with the Dolphins.
He would have been available twice. And I gave you Donovan Darius, a safety. Best safety in Jaguars history still to this day, in my opinion.
Just to be clear, I can't take all 4.
Cannot take all 4. Only take one.
That's a shame.
E, did you say you made up your mind?
Yeah, I made up my mind. And
this is brought to you by Dreamfinders Homes, by the way, the official home builder of the Jaguars, the Gators, and the PGA Tour. Go ahead, E.
It should have been it should have been a no-brainer.
What do you mean, no-brainer?
Yeah, I'm tripping. Who's the alpha? All of these are alphas.
Yeah.
There's one alpha amongst alphas here.
Is there?
Yeah.
You're going to tell me it's Calais.
Yeah. Calais Campbell.
Yeah.
No question.
I
He
don't know.
was Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay, but.
Discussion over with.
Well,
Donovan Darius would get suspended in this day and age.
Well, yeah, for his hits.
T-Brack, yeah, he's getting the sacks, but what's the difference between T-Brack and Calais Campbell's 2017 season? Nothing.
Well, except that T-Brack plays the more natural outside pass rushing position, and that he also he did it pretty consistently. I mean, Calais Campbell's impact was greater than on a play or a game. I don't know.
I would.
That's close.
But on this defense,
well, that's the thing too. Sure.
Yeah, where do we need the most help?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we need the most help in the back.
Okay, I would much rather have. No, I think our pass rush is. I'm back to E. I'm putting Calais in the middle of this defense to go with those two outside guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in his prime, though, right?
In his prime.
In his prime.
Yeah, man. But I tell you what, Mathis to shut down a side, who's literally a ball hawk, that would be fantastic. Bracken's consistent pass rush would be a huge upgrade. But the problem there is that's the one position where we got two close to those level dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I'd love to see Donovan back there, ball hawk.
Yeah, I would too. I'm probably not giving that position enough.
I just don't think we're very good back there.
Yeah,
now, maybe we'll get better, but
yeah, I think we'd be better too if those other positions were better.
Well, we have 635 votes. You can vote at Dan Hicken.
They're probably going Calais, no?
33, 27, 24, 16.
Okay.
So it's a good mix. Calais leads the way. Rasheen is second. Tony Bracken's in third. Donovan Darius is fourth. But again,
it's almost like we go back.
You convince me to vote for Donovan.
You almost go back. It's almost like you just back down the timeline. That's all you did, just climbing down the timeline. It's just about there's some recency bias here.
Well, yeah,
sure. If Calais had his season in 1998 and Tony Bracken's had his in 2017, everyone would say Bracken's.
Well, we're now at the point where
more people have seen him than the other.
We're now at the point in the Jaguars' history where there are Jag fans who don't know a lot about Tony Bracken.
Never saw him play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. That's great.
And that's okay.
That's great. That shows the history, some roots.
Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. That's right. I said it, 2.99% with Dreamfinders Homes. They're in 15 Jacksonville communities. Beautiful homes. Look at it all on dreamfindershomes.com. First-time homeowner, man, take advantage. Check them out. Go to dreamfindershomes.com. They'll help you navigate your home purchase. You'll be glad you did. Just tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Well, we've already missed the opportunity, but if you picked an unwatchable game to watch all year, you missed your window. Last night was the night to watch one of the most unwatchable games of the year. You're not even aware it's on. You flip right by it as you're scrolling to either entertainment or other sports options.
Yes.
Even though one of the teams is undefeated and literally was talking about playoff hopes here almost halfway through. Last night we had a college football matchup. Unwatchable. 5-0 Liberty at 0-6 Kennesaw State. Okay?
What was the line?
I don't know what the line was, but I do know this. The Athletic does their, top 134, and Liberty was like 58, which is, at 6-0 for their level of football. Kennesaw State was 133. 133 out of 134. Is that any good?
That's not good.
Okay.
It's no good.
And so it's a completely unwatchable game, but if you just
27 point.
Huh?
27 point line.
Yeah, sure, it makes sense. One of them's on a fringe top 25, and the other's 0-6.
Okay.
Maybe, honestly, the worst team in college football.
Okay.
You would never stop and watch, nor should you.
No.
But, man, if you ever got, stuck in an emergency room and it was the only thing on the television, you would have just been in luck. It was,
if you were sick last night.
Or
maybe
whatever,
and
you lost the remote or the TV's on and you can't change it, you would have watched Kennesaw State 0-6. 133 out of 134.
Yes.
Knock Liberty from the ranks of the unbeaten.
What?
Yes, with a upset as a 27-point dog. That would be the best of these.
Liberty lost.
These midweek, directional school MAC conference games. This will be the best of all the ones that you could have watched. We missed it. Yeah. I was too busy watching the conference leading Hawks. I don't know how you position them after just 1 week.
The Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
They won their game.
Sure.
Who they beat?
They beat the Nets, which puts us in a big lead for the 10 seed in the play-in. So at the end of the year, this could be a big one. This could be a tiebreaker game.
How many did Common have?
Common.
The Nets.
Oh, dear.
Who's Common for the Nets?
he's talking about yesterday's combo.
I know that Common. I know Bronny is. Yeah, but we didn't have any. There were no celebrity players in this game. All the guys in the game I watched last night
didn't let Common
earned their way onto. In fact, this puts the Common into perspective a little bit. Zachary Risache, the number one pick in the draft, the number one overall pick in the first round, he got a customary 7 minutes last night, Dan.
Okay.
7, the number one pick. But the second rounder out there, he got a couple of first half minutes himself. It's strange.
Well, his dad ain't LeBron.
That's for sure.
I have a basketball nugget.
Last I checked, it wasn't a father-son league, Hick.
I have a basketball nugget that only that I like better than the NBA, and I'll drop it on you right here, right now.
Yeah.
When they were in high school, in the great state of Washington.
Oh, I'd have got that nugget too.
Did you like that?
Oh, yeah, I did.
That's a good nugget.
Who are we talking about?
Oh, Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp was a high school star, and his high school team hooked up in the state quarters against the best basketball player in the state. When Zachary Levine and
handcuffed
Cooper Kupp shut his butt down.
Oh, did he?
Scored 4 points on him.
Wow.
Yeah.
How tall is Cooper Kupp? 6'3"?
Yeah, and
then because Levine's like 6'7", 6'8".
And then I saw the highlights of Cooper Kupp playing ball. He was a baller.
Yeah, man. I saw it.
Yeah,
did he play at Eastern Washington also, or just high school?
I don't think so.
He was no Cooper DeJean.
No, but he's
how's he doing? Is he playing?
Starting.
Is he?
Oh yeah. Darn right he is.
Don't shoot me that look.
Oh yes, he is.
Silly me. He just shot me a lookie.
Me and he had him high on our board. I don't know if you remember that.
I do. Yeah.
Hey, we could use him too.
They were screaming for DeJean. I was like, nah, we need to take Brian Thomas Jr.
Hey,
I
like that pick better.
These boys they'll saddle up DeJean forever. We can do a comparison. What could have been? I was like, no, I need to take Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU.
That's what you said.
Big on him since Senior Bowl.
We added Cooper DeJean in the second round.
Gotcha.
You said take Mason with 2 A's.
Yeah. That would not have been my pick, but nonetheless, at least I got his Thomas. You want to come back with a 10-minute drill? Or
I do.
Yeah, well, that's terrific. I'm glad. It's a custom tree surgeons Thursday. On the drill.
This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
It's quick and it's simple, but it makes me go, how come? And I'll just ask this question, and you guys can percolate on it, and we'll address it later. But how come Ryan Nielsen's defense, when it was with the Falcons, blitzed a quarter of the time, 25.4%, 17th in the NFL. But the 24 Jags so far this year, dead last in blitzing, 16.9%, 32nd in the NFL. Why is that? Is the pass rush so good? That's not the answer. Just question it. Is that a change in philosophy? Things that make you go, And that's your Duve All Minutes, brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. Lift Power, always on the lookout for experienced lift, truck, and dock and door technicians in the Jacksonville area. The benefits are unbelievable. 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. Come see why Lift Power is one of the best places to work for the past several years. It's a rapidly growing business. It's been proudly serving Jacksonville for more than 50 years. It's family-owned and operated. And, man, we want you to be part of our family. And it's real easy. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Just go to liftpower.com for all your information. That's liftpower.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
I'm Jaguars Today's middle linebacker, Tom McManus, and I give you a window into what it's like on the field wearing black and teal. Catch my stories and analysis, thanks to Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors, every Friday morning at 10 a.m. on 1010XL.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney. I'm not. But have you done your last will? I don't want. Yeah. You need to take care of it. Why? Because you work hard for your money. You want to get that money to the people that you choose, the people that you love. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He's listening. He'll help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you all the information that you need so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Write it down. Reach out to Matt, 904-527-1700, 527-1700. The Hinson Law Firm. Offices in Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
At Garber Auto Mall, we can wiggle it. Best price, we can wiggle it. Best trade value, we can wiggle it. Best payment, we can wiggle it. Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, with 8 American brands, we can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or online at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents in 50 United States and DC 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank NA, member FDIC.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
David Garrard could really spin it on the field.
Garrard fires.
Now he's spinning stories on Jaguars Today.
Okay, yeah.
Brought to you by waterboyjacks.com. Mondays, 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yo, what's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy E to the T, and our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. My bookie is the one book that got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, just straight up action. Does other sports books pay out when you push on a bet? My bookie pays you back. And if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Start up, use a promo code 1010XL, and that'll double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right from jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year. And betting game total unders has been printing money. So stack that on My Bookie Risk-Free Thursdays. That's right, there's a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, MyBookie refunds you your money. Sign up and get that double deposit bonus with MyBookie. That's the best sign-up bonus in Florida for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by November 7th.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Yeah! We got sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way.
Sure we do. We call it the 10-minute drill.
Of course we do. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack, but he says it's razzle-dazzle.
Razzle dazzle.
What do you got, E?
Man, I got a pair of tickets to see the Louis Elizondo at the Florida Theater on November 8th. Tickets on sale now at thefloridatheater.com. Holla at me when, Dan?
After the 10-minute drill.
Come on, somebody.
Louis Elizondo. Nobody better.
A lot of people long for Jalen with the personality of Mathis. I think you're doing Rasheed a disservice. In what way was Jalen Ramsey better than Rasheed Mathis? Here in Jack, I mean, honestly, if you talk to him, he'd tell you he was, and he walked around like he was, and he acted like he was, but he didn't have his numbers weren't as good.
No, he definitely didn't. have the
Mathis
numbers.
went to as many Pro Bowls here in Jacksonville as Jalen Ramsey did he not? The difference is, Mathis is a pro and a good guy and a great member of the community. He's not a jackass. He doesn't care about anything but himself and his money. So there you go. That's a shame, really, and it's a good point.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey's going to be knocking on the doors of the Hall of Fame as soon as he quits playing, and he really wasn't that much better than Rasheed Mathis.
Boys, I got a question for you.
Holla.
When we figure out as we get to the top 12 in college football, which will be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Indiana goes 11-1. Let's say Alabama wins out and goes 10-2.
Yeah.
Who would get in?
Well, it depends on, and the interesting thing is, and I read Pat Forty's column.
Okay.
The interesting thing is how they're set up without it being crazy that both the Big Ten And the ACC could end up with multiple either undefeated or one-loss teams. And how do you even determine who goes to the championship game? You got to go down like the 7th tiebreaker on some of those. I think your answer is who did Indiana lose to?
Yeah, it'll be Ohio State would be my guess.
Yeah, and well, how did it go? What was the score? Although if Alabama doesn't lose again, they're getting in.
Yeah.
They're not losing that argument over anyone.
Just on the name.
Yeah, if they're 11-2 or 10-2, not even the name. They got to play some. Well, who do they have left? They got LSU? Anyone else? Like, how are they going to impress?
Alabama, I don't know. Alabama has LSU.
Yeah. Oh, they don't play LSU every year? Is that not their? Oh, well, it'd be Auburn, I guess.
Yeah.
I would assume Alabama and LSU would be playing.
Alabama has Missouri. Yeah, they do have LSU.
Yeah, I would assume they play them most years or try to.
They have Missouri.
Well, that's this week, and they'll kill them. I think. Well, maybe not. Alabama's not looked good the last 2 weeks.
No.
That's the problem. It's not just that they're losing. I mean, they had the loss at Vandy. South Carolina played them even up on their own home field, and then they lost to Tennessee. So that's probably not going to be an argument, is it?
No. I mean, the answer would be is Alabama, but I just wonder if it. But how do you know?
Well, that's what I've been saying. There's going to be a lot more of these testy issues than we anticipate.
But if a team like Indiana, man, you'd hate to not reward them for going 11-1 out of nowhere.
I think if Indiana's 11, will they own enough wins though? Who do they play?
No.
Only Ohio State? They don't play?
They have beaten Western Illinois, UCLA, Charlotte, Maryland, who beat USC, Northwestern, Nebraska. They play Washington Saturday, Michigan State, Michigan.
Terrible. Yeah, they'll beat them.
Ohio State, and Purdue.
Yeah, that's no. They don't get in at 11-1 if their only losses to Ohio State. They've beaten no one. I'm sorry. I mean, they've beaten nobody at this point.
I disagree.
Okay.
I mean,
you got to have some wins, man. You got to point to a win. They're not going to have a win over a top 25 team at the end of the year. They're not going to beat a top 25 team. That don't matter. I mean, if they're going against somebody who's beaten 2 top 10s or a 5 and a 10, I mean, Alabama at the end of the year is going to own a win over number 1 Georgia, and
but here's my memory
at
of that.
10 and 2,
You're lucky the game time
that's
ran
fine.
out.
That's fine. But a 10-2 team with a win over number 1 is going to get in over 11-1.
I know they're getting in.
Okay,
I'm not arguing it. I'm just saying
Okay, let me ask you this, because I know you go for the little guy. I get it.
Yeah.
But I just don't, from an objective standpoint, if I'm going to put you on the jury, a 10-2 team that beat the number 1 team in the country should get in over an 11-1 team that doesn't have a single top 25 win, shouldn't they? No matter who the teams are.
In all likelihood.
Yeah.
Would you be better off now as we become the NFL and college football? I think that the conference championship games are going to be diminished. Because you're better off
in some cases you might be
skipping the conference championship game.
There'll be somewhere it'll get you in. Like one of these, because
that's a team that needs it.
Yeah, but although at the end of the day, Dan, I'm not sure a team is going to need it. I bet you every conference champion, because there's no more divisions. Like that worked in the division days where you could have a 9-3 who's got a nice win, and if they could win this, they'd be the conference champion. They'd immediately get in. But with no divisions and just putting the 2 best teams, those teams are already going to be in. They can only lose their way out. There will not be a conference championship game matchup where the 2 teams aren't projected in at that moment. There won't be one. The winner of will be, and then the loser of will be maybe not the Big 12.
I got 3 more games. And here's another thing.
Like Clemson.
Here's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Seeding position. Okay, so if I don't win the SEC championship, then I'm going to be the 5 seed. Well, yeah, maybe I got to play an extra game, but I'm playing, Army.
You may be 5. You may go down a couple more.
No disrespect, Doc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's just, at least you're in. In the old days, your season's over. You're going off to the Citrus Bowl.
I know. I'm saying I'm better off not being the SEC champion. And
well,
so
I will say this. You are better off not being the SEC or Big Ten champion and getting in than losing the championship game and
here's what the
getting
committee should do. You get your automatic qualifier if you win the conference championship. That's fine. But then after we have the 12, we reseed. In other words, the winner of the Big 12, whomever it may be, BYU, I guess, would be the leader. I don't know. Isn't necessarily going to be number 4. Maybe BYU is going to be number 7. But maybe they can still have a home game. I don't know. But I think there should be maybe a reseeding. But I guess the idea is the top four conference champions all get a bye. So it'll be interesting. There'll be a lot of figuring going on when it happens, and I'll be curious to watch it when it does. Because I'm telling you, like right now, like Alabama's not going to the SEC championship game. They have 2 losses. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams that all have 0 or 1. And A&M and LSU play this weekend. One of them is going to have 1. So whoever wins the A&M LSU game,
I do think it's
going to have a clear path to.
Well, yeah, but to your
Atlanta.
point, they're not going to overload. There ain't going to be this year. Is not going to be a year where they're going to be 4 or 5 SEC. You're not going to worry about it. They're going to be 3. 3 SEC teams are going to get in.
3?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be more. I think 3 Big Ten will get in, 3 SEC will get in. You're probably going to get 2 ACC at this point. Clemson and Miami probably are going to play against each
8.
other.
You still got 3 more spots.
Well, you got the Big 12. That's 9. You got the conference power of 5. That's 10.
That's 2 more spots.
Okay.
Guarantee those are going to be Big Ten and SEC.
Well, you can guarantee, but if you look right now at the projected field of 12,
who's in?
Many of the models will have 3 SEC teams,
3?
not 4.
Yeah. I'll bet you.
I'm not betting anything.
$100 that we'll have 4
well,
SECs.
I don't know.
It's
a mediocre year in the conference. This would not be the year to make that bet.
Okay.
If there is a year to.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see.
Well, define mediocre if you have all 8-1 teams or whatever they play.
Mediocre is a year where your best teams have a couple of losses.
Okay, let me ask you this:
who's undefeated in the SEC? What am I missing?
Texas A&M and LSU.
No. Overall, who's undefeated?
Oh, undefeated, nobody.
Yeah, nobody. And so they're going to lose another one. Almost all of them are.
Okay, let's say that Georgia beats Tennessee. Okay, who are you taking? 10-2 Alabama or 10-2 Tennessee?
10.
Oh, you're thinking about it.
No, I know I'm reading something on a current one. 10-2. Well, I don't know. There's too much season to be played. What do you
mean you don't know?
I got to let the 5 games play. Who's playing how? Who beat who?
10-2 Alabama, 10-2 Tennessee.
It's
Georgia beats Tennessee. Who gets in?
It's going to. I don't know. I got to see what happens.
How would you even consider Alabama if Tennessee beat them?
Because they beat Georgia. What's hard? What's so hard? Tennessee lost to Georgia.
But in head-to-head, they beat them.
I'm not in the head-to-head as much as y'all. I guess because of the NFL all these years. It's a silly way to determine, to throw it all into the one game you played. Now, if it's just you and them, and there's no other
I just said it was Tennessee or Alabama, both 10-2.
Again, I got to know what happens between now and then. And I got to know, did Tennessee just beat Vanderbilt by a point and Alabama beat Auburn by 30? Is one of them
Vanderbilt's a good team. They're ranked.
Is one of them in the SEC championship game? Listen, you're selling me the wrong team. You got to give me somebody else because I just watched Florida go up and blow a chance to beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, completely just gag the game away. They were as good as a team you're trying to sell me as a playoff team.
Oh.
Not you're trying to. That's where they're positioned. But I'm just saying, the Tennessee power meter is not pegging real high for me right now. I know they're a good team, but I don't.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot more to.
Have you guys seen the Clippers' new arena?
It looks like a daggum wonderland, and they hung the first of many L's to come in the old girl. There'll be a lot more to come, baby. Get used to them.
No. But yeah, it was. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. So it'll be a $2 billion arena. That Ballmer guy's a nut, but
Georgia, Texas, and Texas A&M make it in the CBS Sports current projection.
Georgia, Texas, and Texas. Who else is in? Who are outside the SEC and
Okay, well, I'll run it down for you.
Yeah.
This is this week's. They do it every week.
Sure.
Number 1 is Oregon.
Okay, Big Ten.
Big Ten champion.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Georgia, SEC champion.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is Clemson, ACC champion.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is BYU, Big 12 champion.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 is Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 is Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7 is Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 is Penn State.
That's 2 ACCs. That's
yeah.
Go ahead.
Number 9 is Notre Dame.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Number 10 is Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Number 11 is Texas A&M. And number 12 is Boise.
So should Notre Dame at 11-1 with a loss to Northern?
Depends on who they beat. Who have they beat?
Illinois,
Will they have beaten anyone?
Army, Navy,
Air Force, Marines,
USC.
Yeah.
They don't have a tough schedule. Would 11-1 Notre Dame be in? They will because of their name brand, but would they be
They're
in?
both in this one. Over
would
Indiana?
they be in over? No, an SEC 10-2.
I don't know. That might be close.
Yeah.
That might be close.
Just stuff to ponder coming forward. It'll be fun.
Listen, I'm glad you're on board with me on this. I know this is going to be it's going to be thick, man.
It is going to be thick, but the only reason I'm not as on board is because ultimately I can say, well, 10-2 Alabama, don't lose to Tennessee,
I get it.
and you'd be in.
But you're still going to have all those conversations and slash arguments along the way. Let's take a quick timeout. That's the 10-minute drill. E, you got swag for him, right?
Yes, sir. I got a pair of tickets to the Louis Elizondo.
I don't know if it's Louis. I made that up.
Well, it's Louis now. Louis Elizondo at the Florida Theater on November 8th. Tickets on sale now at FloridaTheater.com.
All right, we're back with more on Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Ready to sharpen your aim or find the perfect firearm? Come to St. Nicholas Guns and Range for our White Tag sales event. Up to 20% off all White Tag firearms all October. With a huge selection of guns, ammo, and gear, plus Jacksonville's best indoor range for every skill level, they've got what you need to hit your target. If you're a pro or just starting, their friendly experts will guide you at 4630 Blanding Boulevard or online at stnickguns.com. St. Nicholas Guns and Range, gear up, shoot a lot, shoot better.
He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Of course.
Find out if he does.
Is there anything else we need to know?
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Poker players, brace yourselves. The World Poker Tour storms into Best Bet Jacksonville October 31st to November 19th, and the forecast calls for massive prize pools. Event 1 has a cool $200,000 guarantee. Event 6, a downpour of $300,000. And the main event, a flood of a $1 million guarantee. WPT Championship satellites are already brewing. Don't get left high and dry. Head to bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Frank Frangie here. Big Chief Tire makes auto care affordable with 6-month financing with the CFNA card. Plus, get $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. Whether you need new tires, brakes, or general checkup, Big Chief's expert technicians will take care of your car with top-notch service. And with no interest for 6 months, now is the perfect time to handle your vehicle needs. Visit BigChiefService.com or call 904-932-0950 to apply for your CFNA card today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Small business, big target. DoubleCheck provides AI-powered cybersecurity solutions to small businesses so you can keep your eye on the ball. Book your free consultation this month for 10% off your first 6 months. Visit doublecheck.com today.
Imagine a place where it's always sunny, drinks are ice cold, and the food's bursting with flavor. Welcome to Hurricane Grill and Wings. Today's forecast: crispy wings, frothy beers, big burgers, and seafood tacos. Find your nearest spot at hurricanewings.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley.
Hi, Ken.
Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see. Hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Is it that limescale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome limescale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, the best in the business. We're sitting here grinding on Army and Navy is what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. We got all kinds of scenarios, all kinds of. It's amazing. Both undefeated. It's the best story in college football this year, and it's been a lot of fun to follow. And this week, Navy plays Notre Dame.
I believe so.
We were just saying how I'd rather play Notre Dame plays them both, but I'd rather play them first because I'm telling you, when Army and Navy are good, and they are good, they're very good. They're their best teams they've had in years, Doc.
Oh, yeah.
And when they're that good, and it's weird that they're both good.
It is.
But they both got really good quarterbacks who know how to run the offense and can throw a little bit.
Army guy can throw more than a little
yes.
bit. Watch him. I haven't watched Navy that much, but the Army quarterback is good. He's good.
So it'll be fascinating. And the two schools could literally meet in the conference championship game the week before the Army-Navy game, which Doc doesn't like, quite frankly, because Army-Navy's different. And so you love it all, but Army-Navy's different, and you don't want college football messing around with our Army-Navy game.
Well, the Army plays Air Force too, as does Navy, and you play that either at home or away.
Right.
That's another game. It's a big game for sure.
Right.
But the Navy game is played somewhere else. That's a neutral site game. It's a big deal. You come out of the tunnel at an Army-Navy game, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
You come out of the tunnel at West Point to play Navy, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
Well, it could very well happen this
Yeah.
year. If they meet in the conference championship game, it's the conference championship game in the AAC is at the home field of the higher seeded team. And if things played out, they're both undefeated. The thought is that would be Army. And so
it'd be cool to
play
see.
it back. But the weird thing is, and did y'all talk about the scenario? I was walking back from coffee, but if those two, say they win out and they're both 12-0, they would play in that conference championship game, and odds are the winner of that game would be the highest ranked non-Power 5 team and would get into the playoff. And then Army-Navy would turn around and play the very next week the Army-Navy game.
Right.
Yeah, the executive director of the college football playoff said if they were to meet in the conference championship, that conference champion would then be potentially one of the 5 conference champions that would go into the bracket. The next week, whatever happens, was not going to change.
That's right. So you can lose
the ranking
that game.
or the seeding.
Yeah, because the selection is the 6th or whatever, and they'll have it all there. The first game is like the week after Army
I love it.
Navy, too.
Chaos! Screw the college football playoff.
But
Come
the
on,
Army
Army-Navy.
game, if you win that, both are going to probably beat Air Force, and you walk away with the Commander-in-Chief.
Imagine this. You could beat them in the conference championship game, win the conference, go to the playoffs, win a playoff game, and not win so much as the Commander-in-Chief's trophy if you don't win the Army-Navy game in, is it Baltimore this year?
It's
Philly?
in D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
You're going this year, aren't you?
I
Didn't
am.
we say? Yeah,
Yep.
Good for you.
But
it could be a lot at stake.
That Commander-in-Chief's trophy
means more. Yeah.
It does.
I don't blame
It
it.
does.
Army,
Means more.
by the way, we've talked to Indiana, into the playoff all morning. Army is the only team like Indiana this year. Do you know what they share? They're the only two teams that haven't trailed all year long. They've never trailed. So, and this Army team, boy, I don't know where they came from.
Well, listen, this week we'll get a real indicator because Navy and Notre Dame play. And Navy's a 12.5 point
Notre
underdog.
Dame's going to beat Navy. Oh, come on.
I don't know, man.
I don't know about Army. I think Army can play with Notre Dame. I do not think Navy will.
Navy's undefeated, too.
I understand.
Why do you think Army's better than Navy?
I just do.
Oh.
Attaboy.
He doesn't know why.
I do know why. They haven't trailed all year. They've been dominant since week one. Army.
We'll see.
Well, and the Army.
I think Navy will give Notre Dame fits, and if I was telling Doc, I'd rather play them first, because at least Notre Dame will see this offense and then be a little bit more prepared for Army. I think.
Yeah, good point. Where is that Navy game? Is it at Notre Dame?
That's a great question because sometimes they play in different places. Where?
Because is it
Yankee
Army's
Stadium?
at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
which will be a different thing. You play at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
That's fair.
I remember playing there.
Navy Notre Dame's at MetLife.
Oh well,
so
it's a little
different too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they grow their grass like they need
That-
to
and
play it
that's-
on turf.
I will say this, and I appreciate Navy. I think Georgia Tech's better than Navy, and Notre Dame just went to Mercedes-Benz and beat Tech this week. That's going to be a tough out for Notre Dame's. It's easy to get stuck on that Notre Dame that we saw lose to Northern Illinois and struggle a little bit early. They were, although Tech didn't have their quarterback too, but they were better last week, I thought.
I just think that I've seen. I mean, it's not like Navy. I mean, Notre Dame beat them forever, and then they finally got them. And they finally beat them. They beat them in
here in Jacksonville.
Here in Jacksonville. Yeah. They beat them in 07, 09, 2010, and 2016. Navy won. And Notre Dame beat them 35-32 2 years ago. And Notre Dame was ranked 20th in the country. So I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I'd take that 12.5.
All right, well, I'll count on it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let's talk some other things. Doc Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, nobody better. Jaguars get some good news. Foye Oluokun, plantar fasciitis. They open the window. I doubt he plays this Sunday, but usually what they do when they bring a guy back, they get him on the field, limited, and then the next week he plays. That seems like the way they're going with Foye and his plantar fasciitis. Is that healed now then, or is it gone, or is it still something that will linger?
Yeah, I don't think he had plantar fasciitis. I think he probably had a plantar fascia partial tear that has now healed. And so, because plantar fasciitis lasts forever. And that doesn't come on acutely from a sports injury. So it's a different thing, but it can heal, and ideally he's full go and won't have any issues with it.
By the way, on the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, towards Doc's point, no one in Annapolis does extra push-ups to beat Air Force.
No, but he's talking about the Commander-in-Chief trophy, I think, more than
that's
anything.
part of it.
Yeah, they do bad push-ups.
Yeah. What can we surmise that was wrong with Dewey Wingard's knee as he returns this week? He's been gone since training camp, so that's cleanup, MCL tear?
Yeah, I think he had an
thing?
MCL.
Yeah.
Did he have surgery on that thing? I didn't hear about him having surgery. I think he had an MCL. It was probably a grade 3 complete tear because it's been a while to get him back. But yeah, I don't think he had surgery, so I think that's the most likely thing that would keep him out that long would be a
we
high
saw,
grade MCL tear.
The hamstring, and man, it's just we get every example. It might be the most frustrating, oddest injury in all of sports. You just never know. It's almost like the concussion of the leg. I mean, you just don't know what it seems like. Anytime someone tries to push that injury, it doesn't end well. It happened with Mike Evans in Monday Night Football.
Oh man,
right? And so we got a guy now in Travis Etienne that's in that you just don't know. It's like the same thing waiting for Tua. You just don't know. You don't and just like there are cognitive tests for concussions, there are physical tests you can do for hamstring where you can have a good idea, but you just don't know, do you?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
and when you see these guys come back, you're always looking at it in the back of your head as you were watching.
And Evans was limping the whole game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He didn't look right the whole time, and you're just anticipating this being a bad problem.
Yeah.
And you knew he came back too soon, just watching that.
And, it's interesting because you see Evan Ingram listed on the injury report, limited with a hamstring, and he came back from his hamstring injury, and he's played 2 or 3 games now, but it's, that
thing
does that tell you that that he came back, it felt better, and now it feels worse than when he came back, or does it just tell you that or you don't know, like the concussion?
It's just
who
not
knows?
going away. It's going to be there the whole season. Those things last all year, and it's going to be better at some point, but it's not going to be normal. You always in the back of their head that when you feel like you're ready to stride out and take that extra jolt to get the ball or whatever it is, that's when you're worried about
What
it.
did doctors – I'm sorry, Hick, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I mean,
what did doctors see with Grayson McCall's outlook that's different from what doctors see with Tua's outlook? Why is McCall, after brain specialists and coaches and family, deciding to hang up the cleats and never play again, while Tua seems, continuing on the path?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a great question. I'm really concerned about Tua, having seen the way he reacted a couple times to getting his concussions, that he postured in that cerebral injury type pattern. Really concerned about that. And I don't know if they've done, I hope they have there's cognitive tests you can do, and hopefully they've done all the right things to at least assure him and feel comfortable that he's not putting himself at risk.
The ultimate, it's almost like it's I'm trying to phrase this with some dignity. The concussion is the injury that you see it, and it happens there, and then they take them off the field, and then we wonder about it. It could be for months, years, they might come, but it's never like you don't see the most drastic, tragic. The tragedy of the concussion comes 40 years later when they have CTE and kill themselves. So, I mean, what's it going to take to put the seriousness on it? Is it going to take a guy going unconscious and never waking up right on the field in front of us? And what is the biggest short-term risk of a concussion? Like if you play in a concussion, we know the damage you can do long term. Is there a short term, what's the worst short term thing that happens playing with one?
Well, you can damage your brain acutely. So you have a concussion, your brain is damaged, you go back out and re-injure it. While it's injured, you can have a more severe neurologic deficit. You could have a stroke. There's any number of things.
And they don't put them in
cerebral
that
injury.
in that situation, but I'm just yeah, it's just a strange.
Well, they did put him in that situation.
Yeah, well, you may be right.
They
yeah,
did.
It's time. It sounds like you're to the point where you'd ready to put foot down. Tua shouldn't play football again. It's been enough.
Yeah,
Too much
obviously
risk.
planning to clear him. I wouldn't be that guy.
It's hard when you're that young, too, guys, right? You remember when you were that young? Remember when you're 26, 27 years old? You're invincible. You're not thinking about what's going to feel like when you're 50 or, it's hard.
And you don't know for sure. And to your point, there's no definitive test so we can say this guy's not at risk for chronic brain problems down the road. So I'd be hesitant to do that.
Doc, we hear about obliques all the time in baseball. Guys swinging the bat, Carr with the Saints, Derek Carr has an oblique, and he's been missing some time. And they said he thought he did it throwing a pass, an incomplete pass. It's a little odd to me.
Well, it's a twisting kind of motion.
Yeah, I get it.
Rotating side to side and with a lot of force. So certainly in throwers, you can see that.
Yeah, so he'll be out for a while. I mean, it has been out for a while, and so they won't have him. They're just devastated by injuries right now. They got a ton of them. So anyway, we'll see what happens going forward. So the Packers were missing 4 guys at practice yesterday, but it didn't seem like 4 starters, but it didn't seem like anything was too severe.
We have a feel-good injury. Just a couple from basketball. Lonzo Ball returned.
Yeah.
The Bulls. What did he do? Microfractures? Is it the knee that's been? It's his first regular season game in 2 years.
It was like cartilage replacement. Is that something? Does that sound right?
He had a cartilage transplant in his left knee in March of 2023.
What is that? They do that? You do that?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a big deal. You go in and harvest a piece of cartilage from his knee and grow it in a lab, and then go in and transplant that back in. Yeah.
So is that when the cartilage in the knee is totally shot? Or
yeah, that's when there's an area that's completely gone. Typically, it's when there's not a big defect like a hole in there.
Yeah,
that it's just the surface cartilage, but the roundness to the bone is still maintained. That you can do that. If you have a defect where, in most of them, you injure the bone and the cartilage, so there's kind of a hole there. It's like a pothole.
Is that your last hope? Like if this doesn't take or work, you're probably done.
Well, that's a big deal to do that.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
he missed 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, that's a big procedure. That's a prolonged healing.
Yeah. He's still young is the good news, right? He came out, or he's probably only 24, 25 years old, I bet.
And you wouldn't do that if there were ligament issues or significant arthritic changes in the knee already. So hopefully that'll help him.
I mean, are there other professional athletes who have done this procedure, or is this like
that's a great question. Yeah. I don't know that there certainly isn't.
I mean, we don't have a lot of data on to see if this is going to take or will he damage it again? And
you're asking me that? Yes, he will.
Oh, he will. Okay.
Yeah, he will.
All right.
There's not a whole lot of data,
Yeah.
period, but the data on guys that are jumping, huge guys that land and pound their knee like that, predictably, that's not going to do well.
Okay.
Well, he is back at least for now, and we had an injury. This is the curse of the Hawks. There you go, DeJounte Murray. Enjoy your next level. He went to the Pelicans, broke his hand yesterday. Broke it falling to the court after a shot. Like he shot a shot and he got bumped, and as he's going to the ground to catch himself, broke his left hand.
6 weeks.
6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Anything else, Doc?
A lot of little things out there, but those are good.
All right. All right, we're
Well
good
done.
to go.
Where are you headed today, Doc?
To Center One Clinic.
Center One Clinic. Solid.
JackSportsDoc.com and the injury report every Thursday. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, boys.
All right, more next. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Gotta go to work, guys. Gotta go to work. We gotta go to work. It was the point where they shifted into high gear.
Go.
It's the Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville drive of the game.
This feel good. That feel good.
On 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Need to enhance your home's curb appeal? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Replacing with new stone pavers will transform your driveway into a stunning work of art. Say goodbye to unsightly concrete and hello to beautiful, durable pavers that last for years. Visit Stonecore today and let's beautify your home together. Stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Hey, Hicken here for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 5 million active members. Prize Picks. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, then watch the winnings roll in. And right now, man, you get a free play with Ann Edwards 1 point, and that's 1 free square. And, man, when your picks hit, man, you get your money as quick as 15 minutes because Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. I like to make Sunday fun day by playing Prize Picks, but you can do it any day. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code JAX, J-A-X. You'll get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's code JAX on Prize Picks. Give $50, and all you got to do is play 5. You don't even need to win. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators. People need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house?
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. NFIPC.
This is Jerry Holland, Duval County Supervisor of Elections. If you're like me, there never seems to be enough hours in the day. You seem to be on the go from sunup to sundown, which is why I vote early. Listen, this ballot is very long. I'm talking at least 2 pages, and that's why I need the flexibility of early voting. I can choose the location that works for me and my schedule. You can cast your ballot at any of our 24 early voting sites. Visit northfloridavotes.com.
If you want someone who will pump out the problems, vote for the Duck.
Call DuckDuckRooter, your 5-star Google-rated septic company. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Introducing Gatorade Water. Alkaline and electrolyte infused for great taste. Gatorade Water, always in motion.
Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade, the studied, tested, and proven fuel of the world's greatest athletes. Gatorade Water, proudly supporting high school sports on the First Coast.
All right, man, if you got things, you've worked hard, you got things, you got nice things, you got valuable things, you need a nice place to keep them, you're running out of room. It could be a boat, it could be an RV, maybe it's a car collection, it could be whatever it is. Do you know about these new luxury storage options now available to purchase at The Shed at Atlantic Beach? Opening soon, AC and plumbing, both are optional. You can put in car lifts, maybe you need it for an office. Spots are filling fast. But it's the luxury accommodations for your luxury items that I know so many of you out there have a market for. Go to theshedjacks.com. Do it right now because the spots will fill fast and there's selling opportunities right now for you. These things have everything. There's nothing like it in Atlantic Beach. You're not going to find the kind of service. You're not going to find the kind of quality, the kind of luxury you have with this luxury storage option. Go to theshedjacks.com. Check it all out there and schedule yourself an appointment at theshedjacks.com.
Official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
If your IT, data security, and your office copiers are operating perfectly, you must have hired ABS, Advanced Business Solutions, as your technology partner.
Advanced Business Solutions.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. Following Wednesday's practice, FSU head coach Mike Norvell is feeling positive about the team's intensity as they prepare to face rival Miami.
Even up to this point of the year, you still got to go over it and you got to go apply all that you got into this 60 minutes we're going to get.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers have run into a string of bad luck at the wide receiver position with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans both down. Quarterback Baker Mayfield is confident in the remaining group.
I'll be extremely confident in those guys. It's going to look different, but that's okay. It'll be a little bit more creative, and we'll have some fun with it.
The Orlando Magic spoiled the Miami Heat's christening of the Pat Riley Court by getting the win over the Heat to kick off the NBA season. You can hear the Magic take on the Memphis Grizzlies on 10:10 a.m. Saturday evening, starting at 7:30. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 8:04 and it's 60 degrees. Your time and your tip is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. And now, Catlin Truck Accessories brings you the Riley Report with Riley Skinner on 1010XL.
All right, let's bring in our guy. Well, college football talk, as we do each and every Thursday morning with former ACC Player of the Year, Riley Skinner. Riley, do you ever sit around and wonder, man, I wish there would have been a playoff in our year?
That's what?
I wish there would have been a playoff year your year. Like you would have had a playoff team. You would have been a...
Would have had a playoff. Hey,
yeah, you would have got to go to the playoff. Am I just breaking this news to you?
No, we had We had the BCS Bowl, baby. We got to go to the BCS game. That was good enough.
Yeah, terrible answer. Let's move on.
Why? We wouldn't have had a shot. We wouldn't have had a shot in the playoffs. We just won the conference.
I got you.
Down to Miami.
And how did the BCS? I forget. Who'd you play? Remind me who you played.
We played Louisville.
Louisville.
Brian Brom and Petrino.
Okay.
And leading in the fourth quarter, and bad fumble on the 10-yard line going in.
All right.
That turned the game a little bit.
We got a lot to talk about, but we were just talking about it last segment. So Notre Dame Navy, that's an interesting game. We got Army and Navy in the top 25. When's the last time that happened? They're both undefeated. Who knows what that situation might look like at the end of the year? I do think, Hick, and this was pointed out, we do forget Notre Dame did go win at Texas A&M. That's a good win.
Yeah.
So Texas A&M's only lost at this point. So do you believe in Notre Dame as a playoff team, Riley? If they have a similar record to one of these big conference teams, will it fall the right way?
I like Riley Leonard. I do. I believe in them. I do. I like the coach. I think they've had experience in those bigger games. It's a team that's used to being in that top spot. This is a tough week this week though. To go to Navy, I've played up there twice, and going up there at noon, Navy's going to be. I mean, this is going to be their Super Bowl for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's harder for a Notre Dame team to get up going to an academy like this that runs a system the way they do, that throws it a little more than they normally have, so it's a little different in the past. And I really do like what that Horvath kid is doing at quarterback. They're throwing 15, 17 times a game and are hard to stop. Like it's a really interesting game that I don't think anybody thought week one we'd be looking at it. But I do believe in Notre Dame, and I do like Riley Leonard. Looking at their one loss at Northern Illinois obviously was a complete oversight.
They've had a couple of those these last few years.
Here's the issue with getting all, and it's great. Listen, I love Army and Navy. I hope one of them make it. I think it's an awesome story. But the reality is this: the team outside the Power Five is Boise, and people forget. Oregon needed a kickoff return, and they beat them by 3 points. Number one, Oregon beat Boise by 3 points. They got a Heisman Trophy candidate running back. I think they have Nevada this week, who's a decent team. If they beat them, I think they got a pretty clear path. It would be hard-pressed to find somebody outside of Boise to not be that non-Power 5 team in the playoff.
Here you get back in. So say Boise, what if Boise loses a game? They're done.
They lost to Oregon. They'd have 2 losses.
Okay.
So if there's an undefeated,
let me ask you this: so will Boise with a loss be ranked ahead of undefeated Army or Navy?
Are they right now?
I don't think so.
Yeah, right now they are. Yeah,
yeah.
Right in Boise,
I think they are.
Right now
15.
They are, but
I think they are. I think they are.
I mean, listen to me. I get it. I'm excited about Boise too, but buddy, this schedule is worse than the Army and Navy schedules. It is.
Yeah.
Outside of the Oregon.
But they played number one team.
Yeah,
in the
but they lost, so that's fine. I'm glad they played them tough. The rest of their schedule is exactly like Army. It's probably lesser than Army and Navy's. Like if
Navy can figure out a way.
I'm not going to hold the loss against them, but I'm going to compare the rest of their games to Army and Navy's, and I'm saying that's a pretty. I mean, these teams are awful. Hick, Portland State, Utah State, Hawaii. They beat Washington State, UNLV, San Diego State. I guess I don't know. It's all the same.
Those teams ain't awful.
Yeah, they are.
But
who's Army playing?
Navy, I'll say, but Navy.
Notre Dame.
That's
Navy
it.
beat Memphis.
Well, but I'm saying if they beat them, if they're
Oregon's number one.
But they're going to beat them. I'm saying undefeated versus
undefeated is different.
Yes, obviously they can't lose a game. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I give. Now you're right. Navy's schedule's terrible, but you've got Notre Dame on the schedule, and they beat
Navy has Tulane, Memphis,
a Memphis team that's only got one loss.
They beat Memphis. That's the best between Army and Navy. Navy has the better win, really, the Memphis win.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
And looking at them to the point, there is no reason to think Army would just beat Navy. They're almost the exact same team, to be honest. I didn't realize Navy was kind of walloping teams at the same pace. So to Hick's point, they're basically the same team.
Really good with really good quarterbacks.
They have similar stats. I mean, offense, defense.
They both have quarterbacks who can throw.
Yeah. Who can throw.
Yeah, that's the big diff.
That's the new X factor.
Yeah, this is a great question. By the way, I'll ask both of you on the text line because I don't think we have any consistency in our answer. Any of us. I know I don't.
Mm-hmm.
What has more weight? on ranking a team, who
wins.
they beat or who they lost to.
Yeah.
And it's a hard one. We seem to use it to suit the argument that we like.
Yeah.
The team that we think is better.
I would say that's accurate.
I know I do that. So there's your answer. I don't know if there's an answer.
But again, the beauty of it this year, and Raleigh, I get your opinion, but I think the beauty of it this year is where last year we're quibbling over top 4, okay, and there's undefeateds getting left out. This year, in the end, if you don't make it, you can sit there and go, well, you shouldn't have lost that one game to so-and-so. Sorry, Alabama, you didn't make it, but guess what? It's more on you. Yeah, you can argue all you want, but you shouldn't have lost to Tennessee or Vandy. Right. So
I mean, I get your point. It devalues down there from that standpoint, but I will tell you this: Missouri's 1, 2, 3, and 4 ain't never going to all 4 advance. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 10, 12, or whoever wins to move on. That's what changes. What changes now is 1, 2, 3, 4. Suddenly, Penn State's got to go Tennessee round 1 or round 2 or LSU or Miami or Texas or whoever doesn't win the Big Ten or the SEC, and now we got issues.
Although it's really interesting, there's 2 really interesting scenarios. Likelihood of happening is fairly low, but they're on the table. That you got 2 conferences that could potentially have 3 undefeated teams.
Yeah, both the Big Ten and the ACC could do that, I think, in a roundabout way.
They don't play each other. A lot of these teams with Miami, Pitt.
I think I saw, Riley, and I don't mean to interrupt you, I think I saw in the Big Ten, though, it would mean the 3 that could be undefeated would all 3 be beating Ohio State in that scenario, which probably wouldn't happen. I think in the Big Ten it could be
Penn State,
Indiana, and Oregon, who already beat Ohio State. So the likelihood of 3 undefeateds with all, and by the way, that see you later, Ohio State, bye-bye Ryan Day, if that happened.
Oh.
What happened to the FSU-Miami rivalry that used to be so great? It's like if what they need, we can't stand prosperity. Like if one gets good, the other doesn't get bad. They tank, and FSU, and so we can't seem to sync this thing up. But a 21-point dog for a team undefeated this time last year.
We're kind of over those let's talk within Florida, between Florida, Georgia, and then the Miami FSU, those rivalries, right? Like, even when Florida and Georgia, when Florida's have been, pretty down over the last few years, has kind of still had that potential opportunity for an upset. I just don't see it at all with Florida State, Miami.
I don't either.
Weirdly lopsided. I think
they're going to dance on the ground. They're going to make up for
stomp on them.
Yeah, make up for some big numbers they've suffered in Tallahassee. I think in some of these years, especially the fans are going to want to see. I could see Miami picking a score here.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
What else?
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I don't look. I don't know. I don't know what to say after Duke. It's good gracious. I don't know what Norvell does. Other than just beg for another year and try to.
Well, he'll get another year.
Get him the best quarterback possible.
Yeah.
And see if they can right the ship. That to me, that's the only solution.
What you boys think of Texas at Vandy?
Yeah, y'all didn't have that circle on your schedule. Back in August?
I saw that the Vandy athletics director, or whatever the title is over there, put up some netting on the Texas side. I don't know
so
why.
They couldn't throw stuff at him?
I don't know.
What do you
Won't there be more Texas fans?
The title is over there. Like Vandy doesn't have an athletic director.
This is a country music hoedown. We got Austin City Limits versus Grand Ole Opry. I mean, this is big here in the South.
Oh, boy.
Mini Pearl out there in the Vandy side.
Yeah, I think look, it'd be awesome if you saw Vandy Stadium full. I mean, they're under construction, so you got.
Well, it'll be full. They'll be wearing orange.
To fill like 2/3 of it, and I'm pretty sure about half of it will be burnt orange.
Yeah,
and
more.
I want to see how Texas responds. I mean, that was a pretty abysmal performance offensively playing Alabama, and we've.
Hey, just so you know, they're tough guy.
I mean, Georgia.
Just so you know, in 2005, Vandy had a sports experiment, no athletics director. So that's why I said I'm not sure what they exactly call the AD over there.
I retract my statement. What do they call it then?
The Vice Chancellor for Athletics and,
Only Vandy.
And University Affairs.
By the way,
sounds like a Wake Forest thing to do.
What about this, boys? I'll offer you this one up.
Mm-hmm.
Although maybe that there's one other one that could also fill in. But you got a week where FSU plays at Miami, and I could argue the biggest game in the ACC as far as the conference race is SMU Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but
yeah.
SMU's 3-0 in the conference. Duke is 2-1. Although Pitt Syracuse is another one. I think that's tonight. In fact.
Okay, now take the SMU team.
Yeah.
All right. Miami and Clemson play in the ACC championship. SMU has one loss. They sit back. What about them?
I don't think they would get in, but let me see who they play.
I don't think their strength of schedule is good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, they got no. I mean, they're.
I do not.
Well, they're
11-1.
Yeah, I know.
So Miami and the loser of the Miami-Clemson game.
And their loss, by the way, is to an undefeated team.
Yeah,
BYU.
Yeah,
seemed like a bad loss at the time. And remember, they started slow. Like at
they
Nevada, they barely won.
They changed quarterbacks, and it's
yeah, they've been rolling lately. Won by 7 at Louisville, about like Miami. It is, man. It is so unfair in college football. Do you want to talk about privilege?
My point is
brand privilege.
Man,
it's unbelievable.
Big. Brand privilege.
It will prevail. Look, boys, I don't think it's long till the brand of SNU starts to gain a little bit of strength in a conference now. I think it's going to be quick.
Surprised they didn't go to the Big 12.
And using that, well, whatever. They went to the ACC.
No, I know.
They're able to use that money, and you see how quickly.
And they're in Dallas.
They've been good. They've been good the last couple of years too. This is not the first year.
They got a good
had a
coach.
couple good years in a row.
He's a good coach, Lashley.
What I want to know, just quick reaction. What is Alabama? What do you think of Alabama? Because we saw them against Georgia, right? We saw them beginning of the year against Georgia, and you think that Jalen Milroe, Heisman talk. I mean, it was mountaintop.
Alabama is wobbly.
And then next week,
they are who we thought they were.
They're wobbly. I think they're not. I tell you what was an indicator. This is why they're wobbly, okay? This is why these things matter. The way that team acted when they lost to Vanderbilt was not a good look on a new coach's, control over his team. And man, that
I think what surprised me the most, the difference between him and Saban right now, they hadn't lost back-to-back since, 2007 or something or whatever it was. Almost losing that South Carolina game.
Yeah.
That, to me, was the biggest indicator of, this really is a different program. I mean, it's every time you've seen Saban lose, he's come back and absolutely beat the tar out of the next people they played.
Mm-hmm.
And I put all that on coaching. I truly do. I put all that on coaching and the way they prepare and what that next week looks like following a loss. Barely scraping by South Carolina, and then just a horrendous performance offensively against Tennessee. I just don't think at this point right now, after the first half in the Georgia game, I don't see an identity in their offense. I don't. They're not running the ball the way they should. They're asking so much of Jalen Milroe, and when you do that to be so much of the run and pass game, it doesn't scream sustainability.
Well, the fan base should just kind of just chill. They have the number 1 recruiting class in the country, so the high school prep world still believes in Bama and their brand, and Kalen DeBoer has proven it everywhere. So we'll see, but. You bet. I guess if you take that,
I think if Jalen Milroe played better, they wouldn't have lost
Tennessee
for sure to Tennessee. Yeah. He was not good at all, and he was. And quite honestly, they should have lost to South Carolina.
They could have.
Yep.
I mean, he wasn't very good
lost
there.
to Georgia.
Yeah. So
they could. They really. I mean, if they're 5-2 or whatever, they could be 3-4.
Yeah. True.
So
very true.
I'm not sold on Alabama. Is my point. I know they can't lose another game.
I'm not either. I think they will lose, maybe multiple. Look, they look like an 8-4 team. I'm right. They're losing game. You lose at Vandy. You barely beat South Carolina. You don't look like a 10-2 team to me.
You keep telling yourself we beat Georgia.
Hey, you guys gonna give me a little credit for propping up the Gators last week, telling you a full week?
I wasn't here. I can't. I can confirm nor deny that.
Dan bit all over it. Once I started talking about them taking Kentucky
as good as they could have played.
The swamp.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is a full week of DJ. You're in the swamp at night. Dan just they're gonna get no way. We can't play.
They get manhandled.
Come on.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Defense playing well.
Listen, I enjoyed.
You have a solidified one quarterback and a game plan for one quarterback.
Well, they stretched the field with that kid. I mean, that's for sure. You better cover that. You better cover everywhere. You can't just creep up, and that's one thing. Graham's a great kid, love him, high percentage passer, but cannot throw the deep ball like DJ Lagway can. That's for sure.
But they've always known that with DJ. But there's a difference that we talked about when you have all week to rep and practice and script that, rather than 2/3 merch, 1/3 taking some downfield plays. You know, and it showed, and defense showed up. Anyways, that was a huge win. Good
win.
Well done for Nate.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
We got.
What do you got this week? You got a rolling lock for us?
Man, I don't have
nothing jumping out at you.
Nothing's really jumping out.
I was kind of sniffing. I was kind of sniffing around. Go ahead.
I'm going to go around the Big Ten.
Okay.
Penn State going to Madison.
Okay.
Their 2 losses. Wisconsin's 2 losses have been. They haven't been to, I guess, incredibly inferior brands, right?
The Bama game got away from them.
Bama, and then at USC after the Bama game. Anyways, they haven't played a ton. I mean, they haven't played many worthy opponents since. But still, that's a tough place to play.
Well, I will say this too: back-to-back at Rutgers, 42-7, Northwestern 23-3. They're playing their best football of the year.
But if you look at Penn State, right? They squeaked by USC in overtime, which that was my dang rolling lock. So I wish they would have lost that one. But it's UCLA, Illinois, Kent State, and Bowling Green, and only Kent State they walloped. Everybody else they've won by 2 touchdowns. I don't know.
No, it's fair.
I'm not overly sold on Penn State yet, and I think Wisconsin could play a little upset and kind of nip that whole 3 undefeated teams in the Big Ten at the end of the year.
All right, I can buy it.
Penn State's got a little off-field distraction going on up there, too, and Coach Franklin is kind of handling it the same way he handled it with Vandy. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking.
What's going on?
I had 2 football players commit a sexual assault in July, and
they've been playing all year?
No, they kind of disappeared, and then they were charged, and finally, and it all kind of came out. And Franklin, yesterday, the SID said, Coach Franklin's not talking about such and such. And they went and did the press conference, and a third question, what a question they asked him, and he walked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no good.
Not a good sit-show up there.
Football.
Yep.
All right, Riles, appreciate you, man. That's
Thanks,
the Riley
Riles.
Report every Thursday, brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories, and we roll on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Mondays in the fall are made for talking football.
Let's talk football.
Football! Sink your teeth into Dandy Foods Postgame Monday.
Let's talk football.
Makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
What if you could be debt-free by this January? Or at least lower that debt to just a rate that makes sense. Talking about all that high-interest debt you got. Be free of that. Pay off all your credit cards, your car loans. Consolidate everything into one lower payment. If you're ready to stop stressing over bills, you need to call Loan Pronto right now. You know what happens at the end of the day? You can save up to $850 a month on what you're doing right now just by changing these rates over. Rates are at their lowest in 2 years. Perfect chance to use your home's equity and save big. Loan Pronto's got rates with APRs in the low 5s. They're getting homeowners hundreds of thousands out of their home's equity. Loan Pronto offers a ton of options, including total refis or an express equity line of credit. So call now, get a rate quote in just minutes. No hard credit pull, no upfront fees like some of the other guys. Call today. You won't make a house payment till 2025. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's 999-1508. Loanpronto.com.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
City AC.
Is your AC ready for the holidays? Bold City Heating and Air ensures your AC stays in tip-top shape. We know that a clean AC is a healthy AC. Upgrade yours for just $96 a month and enjoy free duct cleanings with your new system. Plus, ask about our 0% financing options.
Bold City AC, we got the crew. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
Think you can't afford to buy a home? Think again. Lennar offers a range of new homes at affordable prices with a simple and hassle-free buying experience. Every home comes with our Everything's Included package, which means you get premium features and upgrades at no extra cost. For a limited time, enjoy rates as low as 3.99% and no closing costs on select homes when you finance through Lennar Mortgage. Call us at 904-917-2372 to find your dream home today. Lennar, the home for you.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's best options. Hicken here. Watch for Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook. Weekend with Dan is brought to you by Stone Core. We do outdoors better.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Jacksonville, are you ready? The college basketball season is tipping off with an epic in-state showdown. The Florida Gators and South Florida Bulls go head-to-head in the Jacksonville Sports Foundation Invitational. Be there Monday, November 4th at Veterans Memorial Arena and witness this in-state rivalry live. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. It's Florida versus South Florida to start the college basketball season on November 4th in Jacksonville. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
A no-risk, all-rewards path to real weight loss. If you're not happy with your Awaken 180 results in the first week, get 100% of your money back. No risk, but every reward. With the solution for weight loss, Awaken180weightloss.com.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barry here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barry Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit BarryOrthopedics.com.
Former Gator and Jaguars linebacker Mike Peterson and Mandarin standout and Gator cornerback Fred Weary will be inducted into the Florida-Georgia Hall of Fame. For tickets to the celebration lunch Friday, November 1st, go to GAFLJax.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Burnout. Burnout. Yes, sir! Bam, bam, bam. Nut
That's
up.
your jam.
Nut up. Nut up.
Both of y'all.
We once did a parody song going into the Colts game that we were going to nut up. Nut up, Jags.
Nut up. Nut up.
Back when we tried, back in the day. It was a day. Oh, I kid.
Nut up.
I got a little something for y'all.
What you got? What do you have? Then I got something for Dan's going to make his innards sore.
So, based on the earlier conversation that we had, I went down a little rabbit hole, did some research.
Okay.
Did a little player comp, a little player A, player B.
What's this player B?
One player.
Common v. Bronny or no?
No.
He doesn't like that. He's going to get mad at me at some point. It's
Hey,
hurting our relationship. The LeBron-Bronny take is now hurting our relationship.
Hey, quick question.
Yo.
If Santa Claus wanted to know what size jersey you wore, what would that be?
Large.
Large?
Flexed a little bit.
I'll get you those exact numbers. I'll go look at one of those jerseys.
You're gonna put Bronny Thalleran on there. Manny. We call him Manny. Manny.
Anyway, go ahead.
Player A, player B.
Yes, sir.
One player is still active. Played, he's 10 seasons in.
Okay.
The other's retired.
All right.
13 seasons.
Okay.
All right, and I'm sure y'all will get it once I start rattling off some of these stats.
Okay.
So player B, let's go with the active player. 489 total tackles.
Okay.
2 sacks. 6 forced fumbles. 2 fumble recoveries. 97 passes defensed.
Okay.
22 interceptions.
22.
1 touchdown. 7 Pro Bowls.
That's a corner.
Oh, and 3-time first-team All-Pros.
Jalen.
Okay. Player B. 649 tackles, total tackles.
Better tackler.
9 forced fumbles.
More.
5 fumble recoveries.
A more physical player, this second guy.
And mind you, this is 13 seasons.
Yeah. This is Rasheen, isn't it?
It's Rasheen.
Yeah, finish. What's the other stuff?
132 passes defensed.
And what's Jalen?
90.
97.
Okay.
32 interceptions for Rasheen.
Jalen?
22. 4 touchdowns for Rasheen.
Jalen?
1. 1 Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Jalen
See,
7.
that's and people get too caught. And I said this earlier, and the guy got a little mad at me when he said it. About the Jalen could shut down this side of the field or this side of the other. Man, no. The biggest difference between Jalen and Rasheen is we live in an era now where everybody talks. Back in the day, they didn't talk. They didn't tell you how great they were. They just went and played. I mean, I don't know how. Listen, the position is the position. You just gave me one guy who's remarkably more productive. More tackles, more forced fumbles, more sacks, more interceptions. The only thing he doesn't have more of are quotes and all pros. And I wonder if Rasheed Mathis came into the league acting like Jalen, talking like Jalen, backing it up with 2 pick sixes in a game, backing it up with much better numbers than Jalen ever gave us, if it would be a different. I don't know.
I am never, and I know some guys get mad, but whenever I do questions or whatever, I don't consider Jalen a Jaguar. He hated it here. He didn't want to be here. He was a pain in the ass the whole time he was here. He was a good football player, but he kind of he's a big part of the reason why the whole thing blew up, and it shouldn't have.
No.
We should have been a good young football team for a couple of years.
And the non-understanding and then they wouldn't listen to you because they don't want to believe it, ended up pinning all the blame on somebody who wasn't even to blame, Tom Coughlin.
Also true. But you guys go ahead and write the history
y'all
you want.
Y'all are all wrong on that. Tom Coughlin never went to no locker room and chewed out Jalen Ramsey and caused the gulf. It's not how it happened. No matter what you want to tell yourself or each other, and so it's fine. Yeah. One guy gave us heart and soul to this organization.
Yeah, Rasheed.
And the other just didn't care.
Yeah.
And he gave the middle finger to all y'all, despite whatever he may have posted on social media.
Yeah. Now, and I think that's what the negative as far as with Jalen, because if you take away all of that, and if let's just say he embraced Jacksonville, he would probably go down as one of the best, if not the best Jaguar ever, with all of these numbers.
If he'd have stayed.
If he would have stayed, absolutely.
Yeah. It's hard for me to get away from the unfairness of one dude playing the same position and having much better numbers than the other and being considered not even good enough to carry his pads. That bothers me. We do that too much in sports. We give rep and attention and value to things that are outside of. I got a football field the same size. I got corners playing in the same era, and I got one who is doubling up the production of the other who wants to get on a mountain and scream at me how awesome he is. Bleep off, bro.
I think sometimes emotion. Well, I do this with Shador because there's people that just can't stand Shador.
Right.
They don't like him.
Yeah, I'm not in that. Yeah.
And I tell people, I'm like, take your emotions out of it. Is he a good player?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jalen's a good player.
Great player.
He is not what he tells you he is and what now many people believe.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
It's just not. If you're just a competitor and you're going by what you do on the field, not by what your social media posts or your beefs or your strip club trips to Vegas or all the other things. If you're just going about when you're on the field, one dude was an ass kicker and the other was an A bleep.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Well, here's another difference though, and y'all can remind me. But when Rasheed was playing, was he regarded by the league as handcuffs?
No.
Because Jalen is. Like, he's
I get
highly
it.
regarded amongst his
I
peers
get it.
as one of those lockdown
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, Rasheed was a really, and by the way, he had a lot of big picks for the Jags against
Absolutely.
the Steelers. He used to get Big Ben all the time. He was, I mean, Jacksonville kid. He still lives here. He's a great guy. He's
also-
probably the best, arguably the best defensive player ever played for the Jags.
He also played in an era that had Darrelle Revis, Champ Bailey.
Yeah.
Who are the other? Who's today?
Yeah.
Tell me the corners.
Sauce.
Yeah. Okay.
Surtain.
Okay. Sauce has been here a minute, and Surtain's been here 5.
Surtain's pretty good.
You haven't told me anyone that I think is Champ Bailey, Darrelle Revis. These are first ballot Hall of Famers that he was competing with, in fairness, for these awards. That's all I'm saying.
This all stems from our Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day. If you could bring back one Jags defender in his prime to help this defense, who would you pick? And Calais leads Rasheed. Bracken's is 3rd, and Donovan Darius is 4th. Those were the 4 that I gave you to choose from, so it's been interesting. I like that. That's good numbers. Thank you, E. Speaking of the Jets, you know, we in the media we're some kind of special sometimes. And so for weeks I heard, and again, this is Aaron Rodgers, and he's certainly a lightning rod and a polarizing guy. So I get all that. But I do get a kick out of, I have heard things now that go so far. For weeks I heard Robert Saleh is a terrible coach. He's awful.
Okay.
Awful. So he gets fired. Jets have lost a couple games, and now we've turned our attack on Aaron Rodgers, who's not performing as he used to. He's not the same player.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be. Maybe second half he'll get better. I don't know. The Jets are, but I do want to say, football is the ultimate team game. Tony Baselli tells us that all the time. And so maybe at some point we point the finger at, I don't know, the entire 53-man roster. Like, maybe at some point we say that Quinnen and Quincy and C.J. Mosley and Sauce Gardner and Will McDonald and all this great talent that they have who give up 30-some-odd points to the Steelers.
I think part of that is the perils of being the spokesman at every week's press conference.
For sure.
Because we have to listen to Aaron Rodgers pass the buck. I don't know who Quinnen Williams thinks the problem is with. I got to listen to Aaron Rodgers tell me it's everyone but him.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done.
Yeah.
He'll throw in your occasional gratuitous, well, I've got to play better.
Totally understand.
But at the end of the day,
you all told me that Breece Hall was the fantasy pick over Derrick Henry. You know, Breece Hall's the guy.
I mean,
he was.
Pick
right?
somebody over rather than Derrick Henry, and Breece Hall's been fine.
So what's Breece Hall done? Is he top 5 in rushing?
I don't think he's top 5, but he's
Garrett Wilson's a superstar, and you know, so I mean, and we got all these offensive linemen. So at some point, it's all the players. Maybe all the players should, you know, instead, you know, because the Jets lose all the time, and I've heard how great this defense is for years. And
it's coach quarterback. This is why this is happening.
And then I look and
just like here, who's taking all of the heat, almost all of it? Coach and Trevor, right? Peterson and Trevor.
Well, that's how it works.
Especially, I mean, outside of our market, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll grind down on well, the O-line ain't been great. Or the drops here, but after you go outside, who do you look at?
Yeah. So this week they go to New England. If they don't win that game, they
Rodgers just annoys the stew out of me.
I know
I'll freely admit it. So my comments are going to always kind of tend towards this guy's a knucklehead.
I also one more Jet note. It's interesting to me. Like Saleh has resurfaced in Green Bay. He's best friends with.
He has resurfaced as like a advisor kind of deal.
He's
consultant.
He's LaFleur brought him in. Him and LaFleur are best friends.
I wouldn't mind bringing him in here.
LaFleur, Peter LaFleur's brother, by the way. LaFleur was the best man at Saleh's wedding. But didn't I read that Saleh has like 7 kids?
He got a lot of kids,
right?
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Got a handful of them.
It just strikes me as this is. I mean, it's probably what drives these guys to be successful, right? But he couldn't just hang out with the family this year for the rest of the year.
The kids are expensive, man.
Well, he's getting paid, bro. So I mean, he ain't making much in Green Bay. He's getting paid. But he's they got to be around their guys, their boy. It's just interesting to me. I'd be like, I'm just wondering what Mrs. Saleh's thinking. You're leaving me here with 7 kids and you're going to Green Bay? I'm sorry, what?
Can I come?
I mean, doesn't that seem... can't we just wait?
Man.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Can't we just wait till the end of January and then you go get a D coordinator job next year and we'll move again? I just can't. I can't do it. I can't not be active. It's just interesting to me. I thought that was I thought about that the other day, so I was like, oh yeah. All right, so yeah, Salah's up in Green Bay, just kind of giving them a defensive perspective.
Well, great. Let's give him another bright mind to bring down here to Jacksonville.
Oh, no.
Here's what I look at right now when it comes to your Jaguars.
Uh-huh.
Actually, let's take a break and come back on the other side.
All right.
Let's do that. And this is a Halloween. But the fact I'm about to give you, they should be playing on AMC every night at like 8 o'clock right now as they put all the Halloween scary movies on. Because the stat I'm about to give you is going to give you a heart attack. It's not a good one.
No.
This is somebody just egged your house and crushed your pumpkin news going into this weekend's game. For that bright bit of optimism, stick around on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Did you know you can charge the all-new Honda Electric Prologue in the same receptacle as your phone? You don't need these special charging stations at your home. Simply plug in your Honda or your phone. See your local Honda dealer now. We're electrified.
Hey, when it comes to insurance, I think a lot of us think the same way. We pay a lot of money monthly, so if something happens and we need you to be there. That's what Craig and Chris Kaprosky do. This husband and wife team teamed up to take care of all of our insurance needs. Like, for example, unbeknownst to me, my wife recently called Chris Kaprosky, and all of a sudden I know that I'm paying less than homeowners insurance. Don't know how it happened, but I'm certainly glad it did. But the point is this. She called. Chris took care of it immediately. Gave us some options. Doesn't always mean it's going to happen. What is always going to happen is customer service. It's something Craig and Chris don't take lightly. And whether it's homeowners, auto, flood, boat insurance, small business, Kaproskys are there for your time and your need. So get an insurance checkup today. It's easy to get a hold of them. Craig.Kaprosky at goosehead.com. Craig.Kaprosky, that's K-O-P-R-O-S-K-I at goosehead.com, or call 904-478-8422. That's 478-8422.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Do you feel a ghastly presence in your septic tank this Halloween? A septic emergency is spookier than a haunted house. But fear not. Duck Duck Rooter is here to rescue you from the depths of septic despair.
I'm Vlad, the Valiant Septic Tech, ready to cast out the demons from your septic system. If your toilet's acting possessed or your pipes are stirring up a witch's brew, we got the magic wand to fix it all.
Call Duck Duck Rooter at 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic tank pumping today.
Yo, what's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy E to the T, and our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. My bookie is the one book that got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, just straight up action. Does other sports books pay out when you push on a bet? My bookie pays you back. And if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Start up using promo code 1010XL, and that'll double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right from jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year, and betting game total unders has been printing money. So stack that on my bookie risk-free Thursdays. That's right, there's a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, my bookie refunds you your money. Sign up and get that double deposit bonus with my bookie. That's the best sign-up bonus in Florida for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Bank in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
year. Find your why with membership at the First Coast YMCA. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Come try free access to your local Y every Wellness Wednesday this month. Check out our fitness classes, swimming, pickleball, youth sports, and so much more for free every Wednesday in October. Plus, we'll waive the join fee when you become a member this month. Get active, be social, live healthier, and discover all the benefits of YMCA membership at your local Y or visit fcymca.org.
When you're behind the wheel of your car, you expect a safe journey. But what if the other driver's careless and you're injured? The responsibilities and demands on your spouse just doubled. You suddenly can't work. So what happens to your family's income? And by now, the emergency room and medical bills may be sitting on your kitchen counter. You've got some problems, and we want to hear about them. Call us at 396-5555. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family since 1979. Office, Jacksonville.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe. I want to talk to you about picking the right battles to fight in this life. Every day, we have opportunities to get upset and angry. But I want you to realize that sometimes you have to ignore in this life so that you can soar into the kingdom of heaven. My encouragement, friends, to you is to pick the right battles to fight. Fight only battles that help you draw closer to God, because you have to ignore so that you can soar.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag head coach Doug Peterson feels things may be coming together for the Jags.
You know, I do feel like the team is coming together, and that's the thing that we have to keep building and, build off of last week.
Trevor Lawrence, Jag QB1, wants to keep his play consistent going forward.
You want to be as consistent as possible, so that's something I've challenged myself with, over the past year, is to do that, and I feel like I have in a lot of ways.
Former Jag and NFL.com reporter Bucky Brooks thinks the team may be ready to take off.
If you throw the records aside and you begin to look at how the team is playing, particularly how Trevor Lawrence is playing and how some of the playmakers are playing, you should be optimistic that this team is going to catch fire at some point.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back. This is the drill. Hurtling towards the 9 o'clock nasty. We were talking a little bit about the Jags, and there's no way around how we've dug such a deep hole. Ventrell Miller, by the way, is your answer. Be on the show tonight. Okay.
Oh, the show at Strings.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We've dug such a deep hole that, and we have tough football games, and realistically, at 2-5 with this football team, 2-2 is about the best you're going to do.
Well, here's
and so if you do that, you're 4-7, and you're still hanging around, and that's. But at some point in this, over these next few games, what do we have left? 10 games, right? We've played 7.
Yeah, we have 10 games.
At some point, you got to rattle off, because you've dug such a hole, 4 or 5 dubs in a row.
Look, I don't want to be the one to grab the shovels and. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gathered here today.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy.
No.
I could very easily, we're in the home market here, so I don't want to stack up the evidence, but I can tell you very clearly why we have no shot in hockey sticks of winning on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, y'all might not want to hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've taken the ball away 3 times all year. They've taken it away 17. That's an average of +2. Their turnover margin is 2 game better than us. Okay?
Green Bay averages 27 points a game. We give up 27 points a game. We average 20 points a game. They average giving up 20 points a game. Sounds 27-20. Sounds like the starting point to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this, and this is the one that bothers me more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, you want to tell me the last time we beat a good team?
Last time we beat a good team?
Mm-hmm. The last time we beat a good team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. When's the last time we beat a good team?
A good team?
Yeah, a good team.
So who have we beaten so far this year?
Well, we're going to have to go back past this year. This year we beat the Colts and the Patriots, two terrible teams.
Certainly we beat a good team last year.
Yeah, just tell me the last time, and not home or away, just the last time we beat a good team. What's the last time we beat
Houston? We beat Houston.
We beat Houston last year. What date was that? You were looking?
That was in
November 26th.
Okay.
We last beat a good football team November 26th, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time we beat a good football team at home, Dan? Just for, never mind 2023. We won 2 games at home last year, Indy and Carolina. So don't bother looking at last year's schedule.
The Chargers.
Yeah, that's right. The last time we beat a good team at home was the playoff game in 2022. The last time we beat a good team at all was last November. So I'm excited that we had a good 2.5 quarters of momentum going into the game of playing good overseas against checks notes the worst team in the league.
Oh, dear.
But I can find plenty of reasons why we're 4.5-point dogs, and this would be a big upset for this team to completely change its spots and play a brand of football here at home for us this weekend that they literally haven't played since the first half ended or since the game ended in the playoffs in 2022. So there you go. There's that's the nucleus to build your hopes around.
Yeah.
Just gave you all the dirty numbers. I mean,
it's not good.
By the way, if we were curious about exactly how Vegas does it, we're scoring 27, giving up 27. They're scoring 20, giving up 20. That's 7 minus the 3 for home field. And what does it leave you with? The 4.5-point spread. Bada bing. So I guess it's exactly 3 points. Now, listen, the only hope is, and here's another thing, too, like we talked about, they turn it over a lot. So what? We have 3 turnovers in 7 games. You hear me? We have forced 3 takeaways in 7 games. In 28 quarters of football, we've taken it away from the other guy 3 times, and one of them was a fumble punt. Yeah, so we're going to take advantage of the weakness that has been the Packers. It's been their penchant for turning it over.
Okay, so maybe we don't win Sunday, but then we got to go 2 out of 3 after that.
All right, sorry. I just saying. Here's what happens over the course of Thursday, and listen, it always misleads me.
Yeah.
Because if I find such an unwinnable situation as this, I would be pumping it up. But usually by Thursday or Friday, I've filled myself with foolish optimism again, and I think that we can, rally or rebound or win. I thought we could win at Houston. I thought we could. Did I think we would? Maybe not. But I look at this one, Dan, and I don't know. I don't even know if it's a false sense of security anymore, but we have to come to grips with we're the worst home field team in all of football.
Yeah.
Like, find the worst teams in the league and look at their home record the last year. I bet we're worse. We went 2-6 at home last year. And we're 1-1 so far this year.
Yeah.
We're terrible at home. It makes no sense.
It's not good. Not good. And the Packers are a good team.
They're a really good team.
And by the way, we played the team that's probably not as good as the Packers on a neutral field in London, and we got mollywopped by the Chicago Bears.
Another mollywhopping.
An NFC North team. And then we have 2 other NFC North teams also with the Eagles, who seem to be hitting their stride as well.
Since we won the playoff game against the Chargers, the good teams we played here in Jacksonville, Kansas City beat us 17-9. Houston beat us 37-17. The Niners beat us 34-3. The Bengals beat us 34-31. The Ravens beat us 23-7. Those are the good teams we played since we won the playoff game, and we have not. And other than Cincinnati, they haven't even been close.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to, like I said, change your spots. It's not we're waiting for our team to show up. We need a new team. It's now been 20 games of below average football, losing to every good team we play.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. And you got to win at home to have any kind of chance
That's right.
of all being a postseason team. You got to.
2022 we did. Remember
6-2 at home.
I think we were 6-2 at home in 2022. We were very good. And even one of our home wins last year, quote unquote, wasn't. It was Buffalo in London.
Because we do have a trip to Detroit, and that's not going to go well.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've already proclaimed that a hobnail boot stomping.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
So,
our Rods and Pistons are going to be all messed up that weekend.
So we're not beating Green Bay. We're not beating Detroit. So that means we got to beat Minnesota and Philly.
Yeah. Oof. Or prove me wrong.
Or prove us wrong.
Now, look, do I think they have no chance of winning Sunday? No. But I think use these as realistic data in your head as you go down there. I think part of the disappointment, Dan, is going down there expecting to see a better team than what maybe we really are. So you leave even more ticked off because we think they're good. Well, again, for all of 23 and 24, they've not beaten a good team. So maybe we're just labeling them wrong.
What's interesting, too, is when you watch this football team, you scratch your head and you wonder, like, why are we just figuring things out 7 games into the season? Like, we had all a training camp to figure out that, this guy's better than this guy's better here. We, in the offseason, the Jags, the front office, the coaches, formulate their plans. No, we're going to use Antonio Johnson's our starter at safety. Darnell Savage is going to be a nickel. Really, a nickel? Isn't he a safety? No, he's a nickel. Okay. And so then the season begins, and it doesn't look good for 26. And Savage, when he's in there, it should be bad. And so they move things around. But the question is now we're too late. Ventrell Miller's better than Devin Lloyd. He's better.
Play him.
I mean, right? Am I wrong?
Remember when Zay Jones was here?
Yeah.
It was October. It was like mid or late October. It was like, all right, we'll start clicking next month or something like that.
Yeah. Why is that? I don't understand. Where's the sense of urgency? It doesn't seem like there was one here at the beginning of the year. I go back to training camp. I don't know, but they have, again, Mason Smith, inactive or active. Eric Armstead on the edge versus inside. He played inside this week. He had his best game.
I'm going to give you another one, Dan. And some of this bleeds into coaching.
Scratching.
Some of this bleeds into coaching. Did you think that Brenton Strange was a relatively productive tight end when he was forced to play?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Wouldn't we be better with Ingram now here, too, that we still see Strange, 3 for 29 or part of the game plan or bring him in a block and slide him out on one of those 4th and 1s? Where's the creativity? Where's the playmaking? You use Brenton Strange. He proves that he can make plays.
Yeah.
And then Ingram comes back. Does he have a catch? Maybe one catch since Ingram returned?
Yeah.
I look around other situations, and they'll have tight ends each catch 3 or more.
Yeah.
Just weird, man.
I don't know. It just seems like, they maybe outthink themselves. Maybe.
I just don't think they were ready to start the season, man. I think I'd do a total relook and forget what other teams are doing. Do what you need to do. Maybe when you have a team that's as accomplished as the Bills or the Chiefs or others, then you can change your mind. But, man, I feel like we did that in 2022, and we all, maybe part of that desperation, just believed we'd arrived. And now we're here with the Bills and the Bengals, and we got a young quarterback and a coach. And no, we're not.
Clearly, we're not.
And are we going to get knocked all the way back to the do-over, though? Not at some of the important positions, but changing coaches. Who would have thought that? 16 months ago.
Now,
not that that's definitely happening. No. Don't get me wrong. And by the way, they down there wouldn't agree with what we're saying.
And I just hate that we. And again, it looks like I just hate that we've wasted a season. Now, again, it was 2022, and we've arrived, and we're going to win the South the next 10 years, and Trevor's going to be Peyton, and all's going to be well in the Jacksonville world, and we're not even worried about the South. We're just worried about our playoff seedings.
Here's another thing, too.
And we're not going to win the division for the second year in a row.
We've seen a lot
of
uncomfortable home field environments.
Mm-hmm.
This may be the worst of all coming this weekend. It may be Lambeau Bank Field. We talk sometimes and embellish about there were more from the other team than ours.
It might be.
This week, because of the convergence of us
Beautiful
playing
weather.
bad, and we may literally play a home game this week like we're the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles.
We might. San Francisco, like the Niners.
Yeah.
We did with the Niners.
It was close, but
the Niners was.
It's and that's also embarrassing.
Yeah.
Part of the game. It's more common than it used to be, but it's
again,
still embarrassing.
I I don't blame the fans, though.
You know what I loved about the Dodgers-Mets series? I didn't see many of either one of those in either building, and I like that. Like Phillies-Mets, you can find some in there. I didn't see much of
Honestly, when I was up there for the Phillies-Mets, not
many. Yeah.
Like during the I like to go on the visiting parks, and there's a ton of Mets fans that go to during the regular season. But it's 81 games.
And it's also more expensive, and it's also more
But Phillies,
heated.
Mets, man, there were not a lot of Mets fans in Philly, and there certainly weren't a lot of Philly fans. We had one Philly fan in front of us. We just rode him the whole game the first day. Second game, didn't see a Philly fan over in the area that I was, except for the Philly wives were somewhat close to us, and that was it. So it's, we got 9 o'clock Nasty coming up. Are you ready?
Stay ready, on God. Get ready.
All right, we got a couple things we're going to break down in the 9 o'clock. We're going to break down Amendment 3 and 4. So we have, we got a couple special guests coming up.
Each one you want. Yeah, whichever one. Yeah, whichever one y'all want to talk about. We'll do 3 and 4.
That's coming up next, right here on the Drill.
We like to do the easy ones, the non-controversial ones.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
It's more than just filling the stat sheet. It's the guy who makes the universal difference.
Cuts back and grabs a man for a touchdown.
The Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Facing a DUI charge or even a boating under the influence charge? Well, I'm your man, DUI lawyer Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. 285-4LAW. Once again, 285-4LAW.
All right, gangs, if you got problems related to selling your home, you think you have problems, but you don't, because I have a promise. It comes from my friends Chad and Sandy. Here's their promise at chadandsandy.com. Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. It's as simple as that. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers. You've been waiting. Now's a great time to sell your home before more flood the market, driving down prices. Maximize your home sale now with the market experts who deliver more money in less time. Chad and Sandy Newman. Perhaps you're worried about costly repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home. Don't. Chad and Sandy, no required costly repairs. Pick your move date. No long-term contracts. But more importantly, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Marvin in Cobblestone said, my siblings and I moved our parents to Maryland. We need to sell and sell fast. Chad and Sandy's team got our home sold in 7 days above asking price. Go to chadandsandy.com or call 414-6200.
Cigars are back in stock at Island Girl Gate Parkway. Buy a box and I will autograph it for you. Island Girl Gate Parkway is the place to enjoy a great cigar selection, a full bar, enjoy a daily happy hour from noon to 7 and all day Sunday. Enjoy college and NFL games from noon to 6. When you buy 5 cigars, you get 1 free. Plus, live music Friday and Saturday nights. For upcoming events, follow Island Girl Gate Parkway on Instagram and Facebook at islandgirl.gateparkway.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
Hey, Hicken here for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 5 million active members. It's Prize Picks. Listen, All you got to do is pick more or less on 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 player stat projections, and then watch the winnings roll in. Heck, you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Here's what you do. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And Prize Picks always offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineup. Hey, you think Justin Jefferson is going to have more than 83.5 receiving yards, or Patrick Mahomes will throw for less than 267.5 passing yards? Cook up hot takes with Prize Picks. Run your game.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
What if you could be debt-free by this January? Get rid of all that high-interest debt, pay off all your credit cards, consolidate everything into one lower payment. Hey, it's Prosper here, and if you're ready to stop stressing over bills, you need to call Loan Pronto right now. With rates at their lowest in 2 years, this is the perfect chance to use your home's equity and save big going into the new year. Loan Pronto's got rates with APRs in the low 5s, and they're getting homeowners hundreds of thousands out of their home's equity. Homeowners who do this save on average $850 a month. Loan Pronto offers a ton of options, including total refis, express equity lines of credit. So call now, get a rate quote in just minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call today. You won't make a house payment till 2025. 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com or 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction. That's a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane's dad started the company. Shane, his dad, his guys from here, taking care of people who live here. Well, people like the Hickens for sure, man. We love Lockhart Construction. They have done numerous jobs at my house, and we've got one planned for the end of the year as well. So I say their family gives your family a better living experience. There's really no job too big, and there's no job too small for Lockhart Construction. So if you have a remodel idea, construction need, all you got to do, it's real simple. You give Shane a call, and then he calls you back. You chat, and you decide if it works. If it does, great. If it doesn't, so well. He's 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction. 994-3865. That's 994-3865.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Jack Pro Roofing. Florida football head coach Billy Napier is approaching the second open week of the season to prepare for Florida-Georgia weekend. Napier said the Gators will practice in pads through today to maintain a physical and competitive mindset. Miami Hurricane head coach Mario Cristobal, in preparing his team for the Noles, says records don't matter in this rivalry.
Records in these games don't mean anything. I think we all know what they're capable of, and they are as talented as any team or more talented than any team we have played.
Following the home opener loss, the Jacksonville Icemen are on the road for 2 games against the expansion Tahoe Night Monsters. The puck drops this evening at 10 p.m. It's being reported the Cleveland Browns plan to start former FSU star Jameis Winston at quarterback, with Deshaun Watson out for the rest of the season. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 9:09, it's 63 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, before I get nasty, I love me a good story. And I love success stories in sports. It's really one of the reasons we do what we do. And I want to go back to the Navy kid we talked about, Blake Horvath. He's the quarterback for the Middies.
It's Grant's brother.
Yep. He was recruited by, he's from Ohio. He's recruited by Toledo, Ball State, and Miami of Ohio as a wide receiver or safety.
Okay.
He's a quarterback. He has been at the spot where Jaden Daniels was in 2023, C.J. Stroud, Mac Jones, Joe Burrow, and Kyler Murray. Number 1 in the country in QBR. Blake Horvath, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, Mac Jones, C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels.
That's not buying.
He leads the nation's number 4 scoring offense, 44.8 points a game.
Didn't see that.
Navy's highest average in more than 100
How
years.
much is he throwing?
I'll get to that. They're number 1 in red zone offense, 23 out of 23. Jags ought to take a couple of those plays. Number 2 in yards per completion, 19.3. Number 4 in rushing offense.
I wonder if it's helping that for 100 years you played Navy expecting one thing, and now they're doing something completely different.
Well, and we'll get to that, too. It's kind of neat. Horvath and Jalen Milroe are the only 2 quarterbacks in the FBS who have double figures in rushing and passing touchdowns.
Did you say what year he is?
No.
Okay.
He's thrown 1 pick. He's also, by the way, taking math programming, data wrangling and visualization, applications of cyber engineering, and dynamic and stochastic models. What is a stochastic model, Pros?
I don't know. I don't know why you would put that in any kind. If that a dumb meathead sports fan is reading, why whoever wrote that,
that's what he's taking.
Should be taken back to whatever knockoff Ivy League school he went to, and we should hang him by his toes from the bell tower. You can't go stochastic in a.
Can't go stochastic models. Navy still runs.
That's just, and again, if you're on the text line right now and you text in and tell us what stochastic means, you're part of the problem.
Or you shouldn't be listening to this show unless Doc Murphy's here. Navy still runs a triple option, although the OC has sort of modernized it. They call it the millennial wing T. It's Navy's quarterbacks are fluent in the option, the RPOs, and the pro style. They run zone reads and inside zone. They're one of 3 teams in the country, Army, Indiana, and Navy, that have won every game this season by double digits.
Well, like I said, it seems like because Army popped into the rankings first, I feel like Army and Indiana have been the story, but Navy really is the same team as Army.
Now, here's where...
Can you read the sentence real fast? Go back read the sentence with stochastic, and let me put the word in there that they should have used. It would have been easy.
Okay.
Okay? You have that still?
Yeah, stand by.
Yeah.
Taking his classes.
Yeah.
He's taking dynamic and stochastic models.
Yeah. Technical randomness, basically, is what it is. Random probability. Statistics is all you had to say.
Stochastic. Can you spell that?
Yes, I can. STOCHASTIC.
Yeah.
I'm looking right at the definition, so that helped.
Perhaps I said it wrong. Maybe it's stochastic, but I felt like it was stochastic.
No. It's probably stochastic, to be honest with you.
But whatever it is,
anyway,
it's probably a hard class. I'm not sure.
It's a Navy. It's at Annapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, harder than anything we've taken.
I'm not sure I can get through it.
No. Biggest mistake I ever made in my life was taking calculus when I didn't have to in college. I got through about 6 weeks of that and did the old dropsy.
I took speech.
I couldn't understand it, dude.
I took speech interpretation and food and nutrition.
Yeah, I took all kinds of stuff like that.
That's what I took.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nussmeier of LSU's thrown it 284. Horvath has thrown it 72 times, 10 times a game.
Yeah,
they played 7.
You can't sell me a dude's QBR if he's throwing 10 a game.
He has completed 64% of his passes, and like I said, he's only got 1 pick and 10 touchdowns.
So they're still Navy. They can just throw it if they have to.
He can obliterate the school record for passing efficiency. He's on pace for the 3rd best completion percentage behind Roger Staubach, who's 1st and 2nd. So he'll crush the school record for passing yards per attempt, passing yards per completion, passing touchdowns. So he's doing a lot of good things. He was neck and neck with a sophomore in the spring for the job. He started 1 game last season and has played in only 4 games in his collegiate career. His season ended last year because of a dislocated thumb. He had surgery.
Was it like the first game? Was he the starter?
No, that was early October. So,
no, they still had did they still have the Creekside guy last year? Or was it?
Oh yeah,
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So anyway, they were picked 11th in the 14th team American Athletic Conference this year. They beat Memphis, as you said.
They have a game with Tulane. It's probably going to decide their fate.
Yeah.
They have an easier route than Army had. Army didn't play Tulane. The Navy's going to play Memphis and Tulane are the 2 best. I don't think Army plays either one. They may play Memphis.
Yeah. But anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool.
I'll be rooting for it. I know Doc doesn't want it. I'll be rooting for 11-1 Navy to play 12-0 Army.
He's a junior, by the way.
For the conference title, and then the two have to play again the next week.
Yeah.
Because, like we said,
it won't quote matter.
Yeah, but it will matter. That's how I put it to. I think I finally found the parameter, and he said, "Don't put that juju on me," and he covered his ears. But I finally put the parameter up to explain the point I was trying to make. And my point is, you can say that the Army-Navy game is the only big one that matters, but you'd be lying, and here's why. If Army's 12-0 and Navy's 11-1, and they play for the right to go to the playoff, basically, perhaps for the conference championship. If Army loses that game to 11-1 Navy and the opportunity to make the playoffs, do you think the next week's going to matter near as much? It's going to hurt.
Jay Boo Wins is back.
Let's fire up a football fix, shall we?
Oh.
News and notes from around the National Football League. Yeah, they'll be, what's he do? Licks his fingers. He eats them up. That's what he does. He eats up wins.
Crabs, bro.
Who want to eat a W?
Yeah, eat a W. And listen, it'll be interesting to see Jameis went to New Orleans. He never really had to play.
No.
You know, he's going to have to play all year here. This is the last shot for. Is Jameis 30 yet? He's got to be pushing it. Does Jameis have another, at least mini run in him as a starting quarterback? If he does, it will be this 10 games that determines that.
I don't think he does. But
yeah, it feels like somebody would have given him that shot.
Yeah.
Did he spend time in Pittsburgh too, or no? He never went there, did he?
New Orleans.
Just Tampa, New Orleans, and now with the Cleveland Browns. So, yeah, Jameis gets that job. I guess he should. Tua back on the field yesterday. Tyreek Hill said it, quote, almost made him cry.
There's nobody who's ever been – I know when Francisco Lindor went 30-30, I was happy, but has anyone ever besides Jameis done 30-30?
I don't think so.
Freeman?
No, he was the first time. No.
I know he was the first one. Jameis was.
Yeah. No one has.
No one's thrown.
No.
Is 30 the most?
No, somebody back in the day. Well, I think Blandon threw like 41 interceptions or something. Hold on. Are you looking it up?
I am.
Yeah, single season. I think it's more than 30.
Wow.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure somebody threw like 30.
Yeah, George Blandon, 42 picks.
42 picks.
Hall of Famer.
I needed that. I need John to ask that. Within one.
Vinny Greenballs threw 35.
Yeah.
35 picks in 1988. Fran Tarkenton threw 32. John Hadel threw 32. Sid Luckman threw 31 and 47. It's a bad year, man.
But Jameis, I will say this.
Brett Favre threw 29. Peyton threw 28. Joe Willie threw 28 a couple times. Eli threw 27.
Well, there was also this. Back in the day, there was no short conservative passing attack. When you went out for a pass, you threw the ball downfield. So completion percentages were down, interceptions were up, and big plays were up. I bet you the average per attempt is a lot bigger from those stars back in those days than today, where they just dink and dunk down the field and precision you to death. They take a billy club back in the day and try and hit you with one big shot.
But yeah,
today they just kind of nickel and dime.
Jameis will be starting. Tua should be back against Arizona. Try to save the season.
Bryce Young is going to return for Carolina.
Which only because Dalton got in that car wreck.
He's got. At some point
he should have been back a while ago. Dalton lost 4 straight.
He's no good. The move was to go back either way. I think that's football gods little G just throwing Dalton into a plane to a car crash. Come on, Carolina, we can't do it all for you. You got to play Bryce Young the rest of the way. You got to be absolutely sure.
Yeah,
and even then, you'll convince yourself you're sure when really history shows that it takes a while to know, for sure. But Bryce Young is starting to feel like, Geno Smith and what he was trying to do. He's the number one pick.
They're already asking Derrick Henry about the single-season rushing record. He's on pace to break it.
And shame on me, by the way. I forgot that Henry already had a 2,000-yard season.
Oh, yeah.
In 2020.
Yeah.
I forgot that. That's terrible.
He's on pace for 2,120 yards rushing. Gets an extra game. That would beat Eric Dickerson.
By 15?
They used to call him the Dick.
Okay.
40-year-old record.
What was his favorite TV show?
Schitt's Creek.
Okay.
From what I understand.
Yeah.
Can you confirm that?
I'll confirm.
Is the Dick's favorite show Schitt's Creek?
Oh, my. I believe so.
I believe so. And if he watched a movie, what would he watch? Do you like Bond films?
I'm not doing it.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
The Bond film?
Yeah. Did you like Bond
Octopussy? Is that what you're talking about?
What in the world?
Is that his favorite movie?
I think so.
For who now again?
I'm looking up Eric Dickerson, who they call the Dick. His Wikipedia page says that.
Yeah. No, I remember they called him that.
Anyway.
I wasn't sure his favorite entertainment. I was glad you
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, both TV and movies.
We like to add a little bit more in the 9 o'clock hour. Dickerson ran for 2105 and 84. Gosh, that's a long time. That's 40 years.
I know. And remember what a big deal when OJ did it?
Yeah.
OJ in 14 games, by the way.
2,000 yards.
And Jim Brown had like 1900 in a 12-game season,
Yes,
I
he
think.
did. Yes.
Yeah, and then we waited. It was, 11 years between OJ and Dickerson, and then we waited a while. Then who was next? Barry Sanders. And then we probably had like a Jamal Lewis, and then we probably had a Chris Johnson. We had an Adrian Peterson and a Derrick Henry. Been quite a few now, and Henry would be the first to do it twice. All right, this is the drill.
You gotta love Derrick Henry.
Being pulled off the air.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Oh, yeah, the injured hamstring.
All it takes to spoil the dream is the tweak of a hamstring.
Boy, this is bad news.
Listen for the Farah and Farah injury update.
On 1010XL, Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Googa Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ready to sharpen your aim or find the perfect firearm? Come to St. Nicholas Guns and Range for our White Tag sales event. Up to 20% off all White Tag firearms all October with a huge selection of guns, ammo, and gear, plus Jacksonville's best indoor range for every skill level. They've got what you need to hit your target. If you're a pro or just starting, their friendly experts will guide you at 4630 Lanning Boulevard or online at stnickguns.com. St. Nicholas Guns and Range, gear up, shoot a lot, shoot better.
D.V. Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
It's soccer around the world, and here at home on the Sporting Jack Soccer Hour on 1010XL. Join Cole Pepper, Mauricio Ruiz, and Becky Burley for Soccer Talk.
Tuesday nights at 6
on 1010 AM.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer. These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Meet Zara, talking about his experience with BioTarget regenerative therapy at injury care centers.
I came to injury care centers because I'm an old football player and some of my old injuries were beginning to catch up with me. I couldn't do what I used to do without having severe pain. I felt the improvements from the BioTargeting almost immediately. Very few places would guarantee their work because, doctors, they say they're practicing medicine, so you're essentially just an experiment. The folks at Injury Care Centers offering a 100% money-back guarantee lets that they take your well-being very seriously.
Stop masking your pain with harmful medications. There's a better solution. BioTarget Regenerative Therapy has helped countless others, and it can help you too. Call 904-92-REGEN or visit gobiotarget.com today.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. I have a Daily's Double Take real quick, brought to you by The Dash. Man, pure deliciousness. It's feeling like a Duval day. I want to get a Duval today. Delicious. And the Daily's Dash is there all over town. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Coffee, ground fresh every day for you. And one of the power partners here of the drill each and every morning. We appreciate them. And you'll appreciate them when you stop for some of that. So I told you earlier about this huge upset in college football last night.
Yes.
Liberty undefeated, kind of hopeful they could be the non-group of 5. They were undefeated. They played winless Kennesaw State. Kennesaw in the athletics, top 134, a ranking of all 134 college football programs. Kennesaw State checked in at 133. And they beat Liberty last night. So a big win over Liberty, and that's part of the Daily's Double Take. But as I looked at those numbers, I thought, well, let me check some of our teams. Where are our guys at? Georgia in the athletics top 134, no surprise, number 2 in the country. Miami, maybe a little higher than some of the other polls. They have them number 4. Where do you think Florida is? 134. And this is not SP Plus or anything. I'm not giving you some. This is realistic. So don't think that I'm trying to.
Okay, so what is the stat?
This is just a ranking. A ranking of the all 134. Like Kennesaw State was ranked 133. This is the athletic ranking the teams 1 to 134. So you can have 20, 30-point swings from week to week depending on what's going on. Georgia is number 2. Miami is number 4.
35th.
46th. Yeah. So that's a little lower. Your 35 would have made a little bit of sense to some. What do you think FSU is out of 134?
Ooh.
Yeah.
In the hundreds, triple digits.
Almost. So right behind Mississippi State.
Yeah.
They're 94th.
Oof.
Oh, by the way, you know what? FSU, what an odd situation going to be at the end of the year. Here's FSU. Here's what I see. I see Florida 5 and 6 going to the FSU game. Don't ask me where it's going to come. And so here's 5 and 6, right? And FSU is going to be maybe 2 and 9, maybe 1 and 10. They're going to go into that game, and FSU's rallying cry, the only thing for their season would be to ruin Florida's season and keep them out of a bowl game, which would, in essence, being the biggest kiss on the cheek you could ever give, as it would then suddenly become Billy Napier's last game in Gainesville, and you'd be opening the door to future success if you do, quote, ruin their season. So FSU is going to have the chance at the end of the year to both, quote, ruin Florida's season and, quote, save the program.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, Noel Nation. That's going to be a perfect capper to your football year. Ruin the season and save the program all on the same night.
Yeah.
We playing like Friday night or Wednesday afternoon or anything this year, or is it back to Saturday?
Probably I'll just play Friday.
They flexed us out yet with the Jags? What about the Jags getting flexed? Golly.
Yeah, they did.
What a lightweight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. That's the Daily's Double Take brought to you by The Dash.
Yeah. We had some we're getting ready for the World Series.
I am. I'm excited.
We got Yankees-Dodgers, which is a classic matchup. They've met more times than anyone else.
It's been 40 years, and that's still the case.
I think, despite the fact that the Yankees have played lesser competition, in my opinion, I do think the Yankees have the advantage because of their pitching. I think the Yankees might beat the Dodgers. I'm rooting for the Dodgers.
It's funny you say that because I don't think the Yankees pitching is that much better. Here's why.
Yeah.
Now, it could be fool's gold.
Yeah.
But I got to say, Flaherty and Buehler have nutted up their last couple of starts. They pitched like those.
Flaherty didn't nut up his last start.
Oh, he didn't? I missed that one.
No.
That's the one they won. They scored.
Yeah.
Or is that, no, that's the throwaway game against y'all? The Sunday game or the.
There aren't any throwaway games.
The Friday game.
We won. The one we won in New York.
That was, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's 3-1. Okay, one throwaway, but that was that game. I didn't watch that game. Okay.
Yes.
All right, fair enough.
They hit him.
Fair enough. because he got hit this year, and I was surprised that he did
Bueller,
as well.
by the way, wasn't great. He pitched 4 innings,
You're right.
and we hit him for
I
like
know.
3 runs.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
I guess I just think of the Yankees, and this is probably not correct on my part because I watch National League Baseball so much more, but they seem like Garrett Cole and then whoever. And when I happen to watch the whoever, they're no different than Severino or any of these other guys they've had in the past.
Yeah. Anyway, and the other thing that struck me is that the Cleveland Indians had the best bullpen in baseball this year, and they got absolutely.
Clase fell apart though.
Got crushed.
Yeah, he
game.
fell apart.
It wasn't just him.
He's been unhittable though.
Yeah, but all of them. They had like that 3-headed monster, and the Yankees just took care of them. So I know that the Dodgers are thought of as having a good bullpen, and they do. But I'm somewhat confident the Yankees are just kind of on a roll. Stanton's kind of getting going. So, yeah. By the way, the Hall of Fame put out their top 50, and Fred and Jimmy were in it. So, congrats to them again. You got to get in the room, though.
What are they down to?
Fred needed 50. Next one is the room, I think. So, and then one other note, just some news and notes here before we break. Heisman talk.
Okay.
We've got Cam Ward's 7-game stats compared to the last 3 Heisman winners. Who do you think's thrown for the most yards in these 7 games? Cam Ward, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, or Bryce Young? Those are your last 3 Heisman winners and Cam Ward through 7 games. Most yards passing.
Well, did the Florida game fall in the first 7?
For LSU?
Yes.
Yeah. We won him the Heisman.
I'm going to go Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. It's Cam Ward.
Cam
Ward's thrown for 2,538 yards. Jaden Daniels, 2,294.
It's been a terrific pickup for them.
1,971, and Bryce Young, 2,082. Most touchdown passes through 7 games. Who do you think's got it?
Yeah, I'm stuck here because I was already ready to answer Joe Burrow on everything, and he hasn't fallen in the window.
No.
Most touchdown passes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting set up for a Cam Ward sweep.
Well, he's tied with Bryce Young
I was
at
going to
24.
say Bryce Young is what I
Jaden
thought.
Daniels had 22. Caleb Williams had 19. 20-plus yard completions. Cam Ward, 45. Jaden, 43. Caleb, 34. Bryce, 28.
Well, I tell you what.
Anyway,
else,
my boy, Cam Ward right now is your Heisman leader.
And those receivers are stepping up too. They really are. They brought in receivers. A couple from the portal. They had a couple that lingered, and they've answered the bell as well. I haven't seen a ton of Cam Ward. I haven't watched a ton of Miami. I see him hit big plays, though, that are important plays. They should have lost at Cal. That game's 35-13, isn't it? Weren't they down like 25 points in the game? What a terrible choke by Cal. Thanks a lot, Cal.
Cal choke.
Good Lord. I mean, come on, man. 25, second half. You can't close the game? Oof.
Bad.
That's ACC. That's what they go identify.
Pete Prisco, hardcore Jaguar fan, going back in lines about winning at home. The Jags are back home after 2 games in London, but this Packers team is a big step up in class from the Patriots. Packers do have the Lions next week, so they could be looking ahead, but it won't matter. Jordan Love will light up the Jacksonville secondary, which can't slow anybody. Packers 31, Jags 23.
Yeah, that's about what that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm like looking at it realistically. I hope the Jags. On the other side of it, because of those facts, if they do win, it means more than not. Right? It does show that you're starting to make progress. You can beat a good team. You can stop someone. And I don't put it all in the secondary. I put some of it on the pass rush is weak, man. It's weak, and and when they do get there, they don't get them down. They let plays stay alive. It's the weirdest thing. I feel like we get around the quarterback equal to our opponents, but then our opponents somehow force us into a bad play or a throwaway or a sack, whereas their guy escapes and lives to fight another battle, either with a run or.
Vikings-Rams tonight, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Decent game.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I mean, I got Prime Video is what I got.
Yeah.
The Vikings, yeah. The Rams are not very good. And the Vikings, I guess, although this is how it starts, right? You're the Vikings. You lose a home one. You had one. Oh, we had it one. You lose that one. You do have Sam Darnold at quarterback. You go out to the Rams. Who do the Vikings got next, Dick? Us? No, one more before us.
Yeah.
Yeah, who the Vikings got next?
We're kind of
maybe we could catch the Vikings in absolute free fall.
That'd be nice.
Colts next week.
Colts
where?
At home.
Oh, that's right. That they flexed us out of our spot.
Oh yeah, we got flex.
We got flex for that one.
Oof. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. This is the Drill on 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
You've worked hard, you have nice things. Protect and enjoy them with a luxury storage unit at The Shed. Opening soon in Atlantic Beach. You got to see these places to believe them. What a smart investment out at AB. I could take 10 minutes, but I can't tell you everything. Go to theshedjacks.com or take a tour on Instagram.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology, man. They've been taking care of me and my skin for a long time. They do a great job, man. I've had some things frozen off, and I've had some other things taken care of. I've had some Mohs surgery on my schnoz, but they're always on top of things. Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader does the Mohs surgery now. And look, they just want to remind you, take care of yourself in the sun, even if it's November, October, December, January, man. Sun in Florida is the sunshine state, baby. You got to put on the hat, put on the long sleeve dry fits, put on the sunscreen. If you see anything on your body that looks a little different, get it checked out. No big deal. Just go online at beachesdermatology.com. That's beachesdermatology.com.
The inflation fighter is back and saving you thousands at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Mia here, and right now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned, just $500 down and $288 per month gets you a pre-owned 2021 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for just $500 down and $388 per month. You also get no payments till January 2025. It's all at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and GIA-certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $2,300 per ounce and hasn't seen this level in over 13 years. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
I've known Glenn Coleman for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
Hey, I get here with a shout out to the George Moore Chevrolet Service Department. Took the my boy Blue over there this week, get an oil change, the tires rotated and stuff. Set an appointment. They were ready for me. Took the truck, had it done. Called me right back. Boom, ready to go. No problem. Terrific work. Thanks to Gabe and all the folks over at the service department. George Moore Chevrolet, man, they do everything first class. I like to call them family because that's how they treat you when you head over to that showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. And by the way, if you can't make it over there, morechevy.com, you can see all the vehicles, man. They got the cars, trucks like me, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it. They got it. Sales, service, and parts, never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet, gang, together, let's drive.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, congratulating this week's high school scholar athlete, Mason DuBois, senior volleyball player at Mandarin High. Macy is a member of the National Honor Society, has applied to attend the University of Tampa. Congratulations, Macy.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley.
Hi, Ken.
Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see, hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Oh, is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty? That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome lime scale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Find your why with membership at the First Coast YMCA. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Come try free access to your local Y every Wellness Wednesday this month. Check out our fitness classes, swimming, pickleball, youth sports, and so much more for free every Wednesday in October. Plus, we'll waive the join fee when you become a member this month. Get active, be social, live healthier, and discover all the benefits of YMCA membership at your local Y or visit fcymca.org.
This is Walker Little of your Jacksonville Jaguars for Kingfish Pest Control. I've been a Kingfish customer for a while now and can confirm that their service is incredible. Not only do they protect my family from pests, Kingfish's office staff is the friendliest around. They even email me a photo of the tech before arriving at my home. Kingfish Pest Control is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Be sure to enter their Swat That Kick sweepstakes for free pest control for 3 years. Go to kingfishpest.com and tell them Walker Little sent you.
What if you could be debt-free by this January? Get rid of all that high-interest debt, pay off all your credit cards, consolidate everything into one lower payment. Hey, it's Prosper here, and if you're ready to stop stressing over bills, you need to call Loan Pronto right now. With rates at their lowest in 2 years, this is the perfect chance to use your home's equity and save big going into the new year. Loan Pronto's got rates with APRs in the low 5s, and they're getting homeowners hundreds of thousands out of their home's equity. Homeowners who do this save on average $850 a month. Loan Pronto offers a ton of options, including total refis, express equity lines of credit. So call now, get a rate quote in just minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call today. You won't make a house payment till 2025. 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com or 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Yo, what's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy E to the T, and our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. My bookie is the one book that got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, just straight up action. Does other sports books pay out when you push on a bet? My bookie pays you back. And if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Start up using promo code 1010XL, and that'll double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right from jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year, and betting game total unders has been printing money. So stack that on My Bookie Risk-Free Thursdays. That's right, there's a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, MyBookie refunds you your money. Sign up and get that double deposit bonus with MyBookie. That's the best sign-up bonus in Florida for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence with a look at the Green Bay Packers defense.
They play hard. They have a lot of really good players, obviously everywhere. But just they're physical. They play fast. They fly around. Good at taking the ball away. That's definitely something, obviously, that we always emphasize, but especially this week because this team is up there, one of the highest in the league as far as forcing turnovers. So that's something that they do a great job of. They get after the quarterback. Their D-line does a really good job. Some of the pressure stuff they present on third down and different situations is really good. So there's a lot of challenges. I think every level they're really good.
Jaguars, Packers. Kickoff Sunday at 1 o'clock. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
You ask who do we have in that game? That's a good game tonight. Who do you have?
I think the Vikes.
You do, yeah. Oh, it's at LA.
Yeah, it is at LA.
Cooper Kupp coming back. I don't. You know what?
It's It's a last stand for the Rams.
Yeah, here's another pet peeve. So I can't buy any of these things I read anymore because you know what I'm really sick of? I told you this earlier about baseball, but I'm so sick of like if you go to just a website and it says Jaguars predicted to cut ties with former number 1 overall pick via trade to Bears.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to that.
No.
Predicted by who? Or Travis Etienne on the way, report, Travis Etienne on the way to blah, blah contender.
Right.
What report?
Yeah.
What? So annoying, man.
Yeah. Cooling down from that.
Yeah, I'm cooling down from that. I'm cooling down from those kinds of erratic reporting.
Yeah, you got to. Let's do some New York City headlines.
Oh, boy.
Brought to you by my friend Doc Townsend at mypvconcierge.com. Powerball player wins $478 million jackpot, snapping state's 8-year unlucky streak.
Which state again?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just read the headlines. It wasn't Florida, though. Broadway star splits from hubby amid Hugh Jackman relationship rumors.
It's interesting to me that there's such a thing as a Broadway star. It's like if you're on Broadway, it's the only place you perform. So, who goes to Broadway? Honestly, what's the total number of people that have been to a Broadway Stars show? 100,000, maybe?
Most wanted fugitive, 17, accused of killing Sonic manager in argument over fake money, arrested 3 months after murder.
That sounds like one of those who be tried as an adult deals.
Cast aside, Hallmark wanted to replace old people like Holly Robinson Peete, 60, and Lacey Chabert, 42, with younger stars. Lawsuit.
I don't think you have a leg to stand on if you're. So what do you just get to work until you die and that's it? They're not allowed to cast people in the age range of what they want?
Todd Chrisley fired from prison chapel job over his interactions with other inmates. Attorney.
What is interactions with other? That's a very broad topic there, buddy. I don't know if you know this Todd Chrisley guy. He's not exactly. I don't think he's like running the cigarette cartel.
Celebration time. Everything to know about today's New York Liberty's ticker tape parade.
There you go. Okay, I was wondering, why you don't have your T-shirt already. That's a T-shirt win, man. Champions of the WNBA. Stewie.
Dalton dictator Mayor Tiffany Henyard infers she'll seek arrest of opponents during rambling Facebook Live rants.
Is this the one from the Chicago area, the Illinois lady? Yeah, she's cray-cray, dude. How's she still in office?
Husband texted business partner to haul ass to his house to hide a rifle the day before he reported Texas wife missing.
Is that circumstantial or is that just like, do we have a trial?
Bring them back. Fans shocked after NFL team removes cheerleaders from sideline.
Would you notice? Would they notice?
I would, but
I guarantee you that's one of the cheerleaders' parents that sent that letter in.
Uh-huh.
Now that we have internet and all, the cheerleaders aren't as necessary.
Dr. Evil, New York City plastic surgeon accused of turning model into sex slave, beat ex-wife, injecting her with hormones, disturbing court docs.
Man, I think these wild offshoot prime video movies I watch are too outlandish. And then you read me stories like that who does such a thing?
Disturbing video shows cops pummeling suspect in execution of his med student ex-girlfriend in broad daylight during cancer walk.
It's
too much.
Reread it. I can't.
It's too much.
If you're telling me that they're beating up somebody that executed his girlfriend, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me something else, I'm not.
Yeah.
If he executed his girlfriend, I hope they finished the job. But if they didn't, then I don't know.
Halloween side hustle brings mom a fortune for her decorating abilities. Clients spending upwards of $1,300.
If anyone will, Hollywood will, my friend.
Halloween.
Oh, Halloween. Yeah, I don't get that one.
Dylan, get us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, that's pretty good. $1,300 for decorating somebody's house.
Not bad.
Who can pay that?
People.
Rich people.
People that can pay.
Neighbors put on these crazy
I guess
displays.
people who can pay $4.5 million for a 50th home run ball.
Exactly.
I still can't get over that one, dude. It's your money, spend however you want, but my God, man.
I walked by the front of the building here, Mike.
Oh.
And not only did I see a bunch of Amazon boxes, which reminded me of my front porch, but I also saw D-Rock walking in.
Yes, arms full of food.
Arms full of food.
Yeah, D-Rock did it again. He certainly.
Is he the clubhouse
like
leader with the most?
He's got 3 this year.
3.
Tony's got 2.
Yeah.
And Dylan and I have 1 each.
Yeah, boy. You get to 7 games in, you got 3. You starts to concern you.
Yeah, and we had big controversy as we discovered Tony had already used Chris Godwin and tried to sneak him past the goalie last week.
Oh, you can only use a guy once all year?
Once all year.
But only your own guy. Like, if you use a guy, I can use him later, or does the guy disappear completely?
Somebody else can everybody can use Derrick Henry one time.
Everyone can.
And,
Okay.
But only one team can have him that week.
Yes.
So, even if you haven't used him.
Makes sense.
Well, so you got D-Rock in here today. What else you guys doing with the
How
Jags?
hard would it be if it was like an eliminator and you once you guys get 12 guys and then they're gone?
then we'd be taking
run
the
out?
cream of the crop every single week.
No, I'm saying it would run. Then they're out for everyone.
I know what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
You just go through the back.
Because now you try to
Save some
find,
guys.
there's a starter hurt. You play the backup because you're going to run out of starters.
I hear
at a certain point.
I got you.
All right, cool.
Anyway, today we're looking at 4 guys whose contracts are up after the year and asking who's the most likely to come back.
Okay.
Cam Robinson, Walker Little, Andre Sisco. We had to dig deep on this one. Mac Jones.
Okay.
You think about it, he might be the answer.
You're right.
You know,
It
if he
could
doesn't
be.
get a starting job somewhere.
Could be. Have a great show.
All right, thanks, guys.
Mike, Tony, D-Rock's here as well. Jaguars today. Jeff, our work is done.
It's been a custom Tree Searchers 30. We'll be back tomorrow for a Football Friday. Enjoy Jaguars today coming up next.
The Drill from the